You on the gig? Yeah, sure, bro. I haven't played in a while. I've been looking the gig summer. There's a kids show. Sure.
Oh. I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
We're live? See, it's the morning show. Good morning to everybody. We had a little technical difficulty here.
Yeah.
And his name is Poseidon. You can follow Poseidon
Okay.
all over the social
Always blame me
media.
for everything.
What's the first thing you should do when you sit down?
Regardless, bro. People should learn
Irregardless of your
They
nonsense, you
should learn
guys
how to
can
press a
check
button
out
when they use it.
Poseidon. You trained him. Check out Poseidon on all the social medias. The Poseidon69, where he goes online and posts ambiguously. I want to say homosexual, but they're not, because it's not ambiguous. I mean, very homoerotic kind of stuff is happening. He's wearing fur, leather, gold. That's just his style. That's how he goes.
Homoerotic?
Well,
I love how I literally posted a video that was basically like ambiguously gay, and like that's what's gay is the leather, the fur.
I didn't actually see the video. I was just saying that because normally you wear those things.
Oh, for real? You should go watch it.
The Poseidon69. He's got a new video apparently. You can go check out.
Yeah, you should go watch it. It's funny.
Known for producing this show, playing with children on Twitch, and also holding his finger in front of the GoPro lens when he films things. Chubby little finger. The shore whore himself, George Sanzrizos, coming in from his basement in Brossard, where the water is on a boil water advisory since 1972. George used to be in politics, was disgraced by his affiliations, and now he does podcasts. Also, he makes excuses, and if you don't know what that's about, you should definitely sign up over there. Subscribe to the Just Us Dads podcast, where him and his dad buddies do dad-like things. Because, oh boy, have we been cooking something up for you. Hint, wink. My name is Phil Balabanos. I make videos. If you need videos, check it out. I also do other nonsense like my podcast, which is back and irregular in nature. Like a woman's menstrual cycle after a Pfizer vaccine, you just never know when it's gonna hit. Hey, that was pretty good, huh? Yeah, all right. And you guys know what the most important part here is. It is the morning. We're here to have a good time. Throw some people in the gulag. And if you want to support the nonsense we do here, patreon.com, /Pantelis to support le mouvement of the Pantelis, the pants movement, if you will. And you get all kinds of cool stuff. There's like early access to things and very interesting top tier, top shelf stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Patreon.com/Pantelis, motherfuckers.
Yes. Also, comes to Discord. I feel like the Discord is quieter lately.
No, it just, I don't know. It's on and off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're taking us for granted. It
No.
hurts my heart. Nah, it's not true.
But speaking of the gulag, you were talking about the gulag.
The gulag is now open, but the gulag is never not open, just so you
Yeah,
guys know.
if you take that shit personal, you a little bitch. I just want to say.
Good, yes. Antagonize the viewers. This is what they need. They really like when you call them bitches.
Just one in specifically, because he keeps taking it personally.
Bro, maybe you're the only outlet he has right now. Oh shit, my volume's on.
Bro.
I left my volume.
Are you okay?
Why won't my volume turn off on my fucking phone? Sorry, I can hear myself talking. My bad. Imagine we get knocked down for a copyright strike by ourselves. Can YouTube do that?
I don't know.
Actually, I was filing a dispute this morning for a client.
On YouTube?
Their system is so stupid. Instead of just allowing you to upload the release, because I have a release, like it's not a real dispute. It's like an actual song, like a song that you can buy and listen to on like iTunes and Spotify. But instead of actually just giving me a place where I can put my release, I have to now write everything out, explain to them that I have a release so they can then get back to me to possibly allow me to put up a fucking release. Like it's so stupid. So fucking stupid. Anyway, sorry, no one cares. What is happening with my phone?
I had forgotten once to renew my my licensing, and at some point I went to check the stats on YouTube.
Your licensing for music and stuff?
Yeah, like I have a license on Epidemic Sound there, where you can get like different songs and stuff like that.
Cancel that shit. Epidemic Sound, they're such little bitches about their strikes.
I know, but the thing is this: like my intro and all these things are from there, so every episode has it, right?
Yeah, but George, once you buy it during a subscription, you now have that forever in perpetuity.
No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
They changed it?
My subscription ended. I hadn't realized, and because I wasn't paying, I checked on YouTube, and all these videos were fucking X'd. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And they're like licensing strike, whatever. I'm like, what? And then I went to check. I'm like, yeah.
You were like, what? What did you say? What?
So yeah, I had to go pay, and I had to explain, like, I'm sorry, this and that, and they had to contact Epidemic Sound. He had to.
That's why I canceled my Epidemic subscription, because they link to your YouTube page. It's too quick. I use Artlist now. I mean, this is not sponsored, obviously. I'm just saying I like using Artlist. I like their format, and the music I find is a bit better.
But there's a lot of stuff that I cannot find. Like I find a lot more things on Epidemic Sound.
No, Epidemic Sound has a very what's the word I'm looking for? Sketchy search engine. Like you can put the name of a famous song, so you can find something that's a ripoff of it.
Right.
Artlist doesn't have that. Look, so if you want to find those songs, because they're on there, you got to know how to look for them.
Right.
Like, I mean, Envato has okay music. No one cares about this conversation. I just realized.
Yeah.
Literally, no one cares.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Music licensing. It's not a morning show topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, forget about it. Like, let's get back to our nonsense. The nonsense that actually started before we even went live. Poseidon forgot to mute. I don't know if anyone heard me.
No. Why are you telling them? They would have never gone to look.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, there you have it.
We should put him in the gulag so he can sing. He's like, I'm a gulag boy. Gulag boy.
All right, guys, let's get to the news. Yesterday, let me just get it over here. Give me 1 second. There you go. All right. So there's a new little battle that's going to happen between the U.S. and Canada. We saw the last one under the Trump administration with the tariffs that were imposed on aluminum and other stuff, and Canada went to battle, and we won, surprisingly, because I thought that they would never find any positive outlet there. But we find out yesterday that as of today or early next week, the U.S. is going to increase the tariffs on Canadian lumber. Now, obviously, that sucks for us because we're a huge exporter of lumber,
wood.
especially to the U.S.
Yeah, lots of wood.
Yeah, wood.
Wood.
So it's going to go from about 9% to over 17%, and in some cases even more. For example, Resolute Forest, the forest industry, the Resolute, they're going to see their taxes go up to close to 30%. So it's a huge, huge, huge deal.
There's only one thing to do.
Obviously, Well, obviously, for the people that don't know or that don't follow, it's a huge industry
That's
for us here in
fucking crazy.
Canada. And Chrystia Freeland came out again and said, listen, we've done this in the past. We're not in unknown territories. We went to bat for our aluminum industry and for everything else that the Trump administration had increased the tariffs on.
Sorry, George.
We're
Why
going
are
to
you
do that
chuckling?
again.
What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
Keep speaking.
You did something. Eh?
I did nothing.
Katia Ganes.
Fucking guy. Anyway, so so there you go. So they're looking to see exactly what repercussions they could in turn find to tax the U.S. on. We'll see what happens. This is supposed to happen in the next couple of days, so we're going to be looking out for that to see exactly how that unfolds. The crazy thing with this situation is that last week, Justin Trudeau with a couple of ministers were actually on a mission to Washington. So they met with President Biden and Kamala Harris and all these other things. He had I think 3 or 4 ministers with him, public safety, obviously foreign affairs, and that sort of thing. There's no doubt in my mind that they were told then that, hey guys, by the way, this is what we're doing, right? We're increasing the tariffs on softwood lumber or whatever lumber in general. How the hell are we finding this out like a whole week later, as if it just happened by surprise?
George,
right?
there's only one thing we can do, and we've done it before. We need to march south and burn down the White House again.
What?
Canada did it once before.
We
can
have.
do it again.
Did you know Canada hasn't lost a single war? I'll be back tomorrow with more facts.
I wasn't expecting that. Tip your waitresses. I'll be here all week. I can't verify that. I mean, weren't we a part of the Afghanistan? It looks like we lost that war.
The U.S. lost that war.
I mean, I guess. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, Canada sent troops to Vietnam, no?
Did anyone lose that war? Did anyone win that war? Like, you showed up. We all just we were shooting the rice fields and make sure that rice was staying in line. Like, pop, 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 pop.
No, it was definitely a defeat for the West.
I don't know.
Similar to the one that they were delivered in Afghanistan as well. Anyway, so looking forward to that. Again, it's just frustrating to me that the news comes out like a whole week later when clearly everyone knew what was coming.
Obviously,
right? So,
I mean, but they got to keep it in the news cycle. Like, they let it slip away. They don't tell us anything. Then they're like, bam, surprise.
boom, yeah, this is
boom.
what this is what they just decided. A day ago.
It's like sneaker drop marketing. It's like, boom, new tariffs. Get it only while they're hot.
So there you have it. So that's what's happening between
Honestly,
the U.S.
George has
and
no energy
Canada.
today. I'm
We'll
not interested.
looking forward to see how that whole thing evolves. Okay, there was like an economic update that happened in Quebec. We're going to talk about later, maybe when Pantelis gets in.
Sure. You think you could maybe do this, but more interesting? Like, pretend like you give a fuck. Just like, economic update, softwood lumber.
I don't
I
know,
gotta go
because
fucking do some work in Brossard.
I have everything lined up here for what I want to talk about, so I just don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one. Okay.
It's fucking the
Give me one
worst
sec,
flow
guys.
ever.
They're all over the place, man. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. So there's a new COVID-19 variant that was discovered in South Africa.
Who the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I saw that this morning.
I
Okay,
know
tell
you're
me.
rolling your eyes there, but I mean, it is news. And just like every other variant, we're being made aware that this is extremely dangerous.
Ooh, what's it called?
And way more...
Virulent.
Sorry?
Virulent.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Look at the name this one has. Hold on, let me go get it here. Yeah. So this new variant is called
killing me.
B11529. So B.1.1.529.
What? That's
so,
the name of the variant?
Yeah.
Does that
so the
look
thing
like any
about-
letters? Like bitch? No, it doesn't.
The particularity about this variant is that the mutations are really accelerated compared to anything else. For every 2 mutations that we saw with the Delta variant, this one has I think up to 20 or something like that.
So these mutations make it more dangerous, or just are mutations?
Well, apparently they can bypass certain elements of our immune system. So
Like all
this is what
viruses?
Yeah, like all viruses,
Okay.
exactly, but maybe much more so than the other ones. So this is still in South Africa. There's only 22 cases that have so far been signaled. But
they been
everyone's
murdered?
kind of Sorry?
Have we sequestered these people and killed them?
No.
No? Okay. I mean, it can't be that dangerous then.
So anyway, so everyone is on high alert. We're gonna see what happens with that. And sorry, I said 20 mutations to 2. It's 10 to 2. compared to the
whatever.
the-
That's nothing, George. Come on. That's nothing. That's literally half as dangerous as you just said it was.
Okay.
Why did they stop naming them?
I don't know. You're right. I mean, the number seem to be way more complicated. Like fucking B11529. Like,
And why do they keep coming from South Africa? Seems
that's it.
suspicious.
I don't know if it's suspicious. I mean, who knows? Maybe the rate of protection is worse there than it is anywhere else. I don't know.
I guess.
I wonder how the rate of vaccination is going over there in Africa. I think you had posted once.
Me?
And was it the Congo or
Yeah, Congo's
Ghana?
like no virus here. No. Just like everyone around has clusters, Congo's like 0 cases. DRC forever. It's amazing. The fucking Democrat. Who'd have thought, right? This small little country in Africa, the bastion of the post-COVID world, not a single case. It's incredible. Famine and shit and war,
Suspicious.
but everything else seems fine. No drinking water, but whatever. You know.
Wasn't Iran announcing that they didn't have the virus either in the very beginning?
Iran had all the virus.
No, but I think in the beginning they were saying, "No, there's no virus."
No,
here."
we don't have
it was Iran.
virus. No virus.
Hello, I am from Iran.
I love fucking Persian names, and like their names are amazing. First of all, and I'm not trying to be an asshole. I genuinely like. I've been watching what's that fucking show called? Invasion on Apple TV, and the main character, she's a Persian actress. Her name is, I don't know how it's actually pronounced, but this is how I read it. Golshifte. It's just fun to say. All their
Golshifte.
Golshifte. Golshifte. Or Golshifte? I don't know. It sounds like goal shifter, like someone's shifting the goalpost. Like, hey, Golshifte. What's happening?
This is like her
Sorry.
family name, or
No, it's her
like,
first name. I just love that they have these like convolutedly complex first names. And they don't, it's like, okay, there's Greeks with long first names, right? It's like, Konstantinos, call me Gus. There's no Persian guy going, my name is Gus Shifte, call me Gus. Like, he goes by the whole name, and their language, it does something to their mouths. So when they speak other languages, it's so gentle. It's just, you understand what I'm saying? They have this, like, very gentle way that they speak.
I have a couple.
Yeah, they do.
I love their accent. I think it's so interesting. It's so unique in terms of accents.
But speaking of Africa,
We weren't,
Have you seen like?
Iran is not in Africa.
No, I know it's not. Like right before Iran, we were talking about Africa.
Africa adjacent.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Geography with Poseidon.
Have you seen? Have you seen their cinematography and their special effects stuff?
Iran?
Like no, Africa.
Africa.
Have you seen like when the helicopter comes in?
No. How is that Arabic?
Comes in like
How is
that.
that African? That was super Arab, that accent.
I know.
Helicopter.
I know. I just wanted a reason to use this. Bro, it was so bad that George
George disconnected for a
I
second.
froze because of the stupidity. I don't even know. I don't even know what you said, but I'm glad it froze.
We need to build a physical gulag that you can actually put yourself in. Go in the garbage closet. Go to the garbage closet for a
Okay,
bit.
I'm going.
Okay, and don't come back.
I don't even know why.
I'll tell you when to come back.
I don't
Yeah.
even know why I'm laughing.
We're good now.
Fuck, I don't even know what he said.
Poseidon's in the garbage gulag.
He locked himself in the closet where he belongs.
I'll let him back eventually. I'll let Christine decide when he can come back.
Oh, power to the chat room.
Yeah, you guys are in control right now. George, what else you got? What were we talking about?
Let me talk. You were talking about Persians. We were talking
No,
about the
before that.
virus.
Oh yeah, B1156295.
Yeah, the virus. So I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm tired, guys. I'm honestly tired.
Poseidon, come back. George got nothing. There's no juice in the tank.
I'm tired of this shit that keeps going on, and we're just they keep feeding us
So
with all
fat.
these.
See how he walks so heavy? Just pop, 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 pop.
I have returned.
I wish people could see you right now. He's got a fresh haircut, fresh little trim, and he's also wearing a fucking gang bandana. For no reason. It's amazing.
It's the doubles as a mask.
Yeah, I know what it is. It looks even worse now. By the way, guys, it's an espresso coffee, not a tiny coffee. Just for the record,
Tiny coffee.
I'm starting to wonder if they're serious or they're just fucking around.
People are in a good mood today. They're having fun.
Everyone's
They're
happy. It's
enjoying it.
raining
Yeah.
outside. There's no snow is coming.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to be happy one last time before we get the ice dick, because the ice dick is coming.
Yeah, do you
Yeah,
guys
it's
think we're gonna have a heavy winter this year? I mean, we've been lucky in the last couple of years where it snowed really, really late in December.
It's
Like I
really
remember
wet
a couple years
outside right
ago-
now.
Say that again.
Like it's fucking raining. It's like crazy, and it's supposed to get
Yeah.
really cold. My concern is that there's going to be a lot of ice by tomorrow, and that does not sound like fun to take my kid to ballet during a fucking mini ice storm. Like, ugh.
You know why the ice dick hurts so much? You know how your
Tell me.
tongue sticks to like ice and whatever? Like when it fucks you up the ass, it sticks to your insides. And then as it pulls back out, it tears all your insides apart.
Okay, you're ruining everyone's morning.
It's
now.
already 2 centimeters here. Where are you not local?
Is
Christine?
talking about dick or
I
snow?
No, that's snow. I just assumed Christine was local. That's why. How wet is it? Pantelis is cursing in the car right now. He's just yelling racial epithets.
He's like, I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna fucking jump kick that asshole
Yeah.
right from the door. Anyway, let's talk about Minister of Economy Pierre Fitzgibbon. The reason why I want to bring this up is because we have spoken about him in previous episodes where he had 3 ethics violations because of stocks and shares that he held in private companies. That
Oh yeah, I
received,
remember this.
public funding and all that stuff. So he, the Ethics Commission of the National Assembly actually threatened him to actually lose his position in the House if he hadn't actually taken his shares away, like sold his shares. So for a very slight period before the summer, Premier Legault told him, "Look, go sit back in caucus." So it took him away from the ministerial cabinet. And then right after the summer, he brought him back in, saying that, okay, everything is fine now. He sold the shares and all is good. Well, he's back in the news because we find out now that there are over 10 companies, private companies, of course, businesses that benefited from government subsidies that are part of a specific program that technically should not have qualified. So basically, his excuse is that he used his discretionary power to bypass whatever criteria or regulation there is for these subsidy programs, so that these companies can benefit from these grants, from these subsidies. So the Quebec,
Sorry.
fucking guys,
Christine's
man.
just going at Poseidon. I didn't get it until I saw the emoji.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not even on.
You're not in the chat? Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
What is she saying?
It's fine. It's fine. Just keep going. Keep
Okay.
going.
Anyway, Quebec's Auditor General is actually looking into this and saying that obviously there's a lack of transparency there. I'm not so sure. I mean, the line is very fine because when politicians or even ministers have that discretionary power, it falls under that bracket, right? I mean, they can always come out and say, "Listen, it falls under my discretionary power, and I authorized it." So I'm not so sure if any repercussions will come of this, but of course it just puts him under the light again, and the opposition is all over this because
Didn't
again,
he resign?
Sorry,
Wasn't he supposed to resign?
no. The ethics commissioner told him that I'm gonna force you to resign as an elected official if you don't either resign as a minister or sell your shares. So what happened is that the premier back then told him, "Look, you're gonna sit out. He removed. him
Oh
from
right,
the
yes. Sorry.
He removed him from the ministerial caucus for a couple of months. When he sold his shares, he brought him back in. And now this piece of news comes out, right?
But wait,
So we're talking
how long
about-
after did he sell his shares? Like, did he wait till they went up? Is that what happened? He was like, "I'll sell them. Give me a second."
I don't know, but
I
this has
wonder.
been going on ever since they got elected in 2018, and he kept saying that, "Listen, man, it's not that easy to sell shares. I need more time, this and that." He was trying to kind of skate around the issue. Finally, at some point, after 3 ethics violations, the ethics commission told him, "Listen, man, you're either
out of
or-
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that we have that, buddy, right? A lot of people think that politicians can do whatever they want anytime they want. I like the fact that in Quebec we have an ethics commissioner that can put her foot down and actually impose severe repercussions.
Who polices her?
Sorry?
Who polices the ethics commissioner? Just out of curiosity.
Nobody. She's the ethics commissioner.
Genius. That's what I
Yeah.
want to be when I grow up.
Look, there is a and this didn't always exist, right? So I mean, we can't go back and say it wasn't always the case, because this position came in, I think, in 2012 or 2013, so it's fairly recent. The elected officials voted on different articles and regulations that make up the le code d'éthique et de déontologie of the National Assembly, and they have nominated an ethics commissioner to kind of follow those articles and those regulations to the T. And she's doing a fantastic job, honestly. So there you have it, man. Minister Fitzgibbon in hot water once again. So basically, just very quickly, what's happening is that the criteria, for example, were that companies needed to be profitable before COVID-19. Some that received the money weren't. In fact, 2 companies that got the money, as soon as they got the money, filed for bankruptcy. So there's all these fishy things that kept happening, and I'm not gonna associate the minister to this to the effect that he had some sort of benefit to that. I mean, I really don't want to go there. But it's still very, fishy that you're using your discretionary power in this sort of way where just by a simple check if this company is actually profitable or not, or you can project maybe in the future if whether or not the company will be profitable. So there you have it. So I'm not sure what's going to happen from this. So you have all the opposition parties that are looking into this and seeing exactly how much further they can take it. I'm not so sure this is an issue that can end up on the desk of the ethics commissioner, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually try. And there you have it. So we'll see how that develops. I don't know if you guys have been following, but there's a huge crisis in the daycares in Quebec. They're in the middle of negotiations to increase their pay and the conditions that they work in, rightfully so, because we know that they're underpaid. They work a lot of hours. And for the very first time, I think ever, if not ever, at least in a very long time, all 3 daycare unions that represent the workers are striking at the same time. And not only that, they've all voted, except for one that will be voting next week on Tuesday, for an indefinite strike mandate, which obviously scares the government to fucking bits and pieces because, obviously that can create a huge chaotic situation. Can you imagine? Yeah, you want to say something? I saw you.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you made a little kind of.
I was thinking. I was just thinking. Well, I might as well say it. I keep seeing them on strike, but then I keep thinking, I'm like, why is my daycare workers not striking?
Yeah, well, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because now, depending on which union represents them, maybe they're the ones that will be voting on Tuesday. So I'm not so sure exactly how they will be striking, if it's going to be indefinite in the sense that out of 5 days, they'll be striking 2, for example, for an indefinite period. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come of this, but this is a big deal for the government. The government came out yesterday. The minister involved, the minister responsible for the Treasury Board, Sonia Lebel, she came out basically exasperated yesterday and said, listen, man, enough is enough. We've given you way more than we initially wanted. This is a good deal. You should take it. Everyone now is alluding to the possibility that the government may enforce a back to work kind of
mandate.
Mandate where
I mean, they've done it before, right?
They've done it before. They've done it before in the health industry. They've done it before with other industries where they pass a bill and they force them to go back to work because of the fact that they work in an essential service, and the fact that they're part of the government body, right? So the government at the end of the day could decide whether or not to force them back to work. We'll see how that ends up. Obviously, it looks poorly on the government to do that, but it's been done in the past, and it wouldn't surprise me if they do it again. The big issue right now is that it's the parents that are suffering in this situation, right? And they've been taken hostage both by the government and the employees. The both government and the employees want to win over the parents because ultimately they're the ones that are going to be kind of the deciding factor in this, right? I mean, if you're agreeing with the government that we shouldn't be spending public funds on increasing their salaries, well, then you're going to side with the government and kind of force. Help them force the teachers to go back to work. Contrary to that would be the daycares that are reaching out to the parents to support their cause, and that could have also very negative repercussions towards the government, where you have all the parents coming out and supporting the daycare movement, kind of like in 2012-13 when they all came out to support the student demonstrators back then. I don't know if you guys remember. There was a huge strike that was happening in 2012, where we saw hundreds of thousands of people marching down the street, where they weren't necessarily just students; it was just their parents and everyone, that they managed to mobilize. That they created this huge pressure for the government to act. But this is serious, right? I mean,
Yeah, of
because
course.
the government wants people to go back to work. They want the economy to roll again. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the plan that was included in the minister's economic update that he announced yesterday. The big question mark here is that the federal government gave $6 billion to the province of Quebec, specifically. Well, they wanted it to be for the daycares and the development of daycares in the province. But if you guys remember, we had spoken about it. Premier Legault had negotiated with Justin Trudeau so that this money could be given without any conditions. So technically, the government here can do whatever it wants with the $6 billion. And this is over 3 years, I believe, the $6 billion over 3 years. So the opposition now is kind of, furious to the fact that, listen, you have $6 billion, you have available funds to help out the situation, instantly create new spots, because there's, I think, close to 50,000 spots that are still on the waiting list. So everyone is wondering, where is this $6 billion that the federal government is giving you? Where have you planned on spending it? So this, I think, is going
They
to
still
become
haven't
another.
said, right? That's
Say that again?
they still haven't said what they're going to do with it. Is that still the case?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Oh,
not.
okay. Vague. I like it. Very Legault.
But on the flip side, I mean, they did announce that the deficit is much smaller than they had anticipated. We had anticipated, the government had anticipated $12 billion of deficit for the next year. It is down to $4 billion. They say that
How
there
did
was
they miscalculate that much money?
It's not
how
a
do you-
miscalculation. The what do you call it? The economic development was much better here than they had anticipated. So the economy. The economy actually went much better than they thought. So, but in addition to that, I'm suspecting that $6 billion pretty much contributed to alleviate that debt as well. We don't know. I mean, we're probably gonna see that next year when that budget is tabled. But in any case, it's still good news, right? Where in Quebec here they had anticipated a $12 billion deficit. We're at $4. It helps the government kind of balance the books much quicker. Which is always a positive thing, and to do that, hold on, yeah, and to do that, so the Minister of Economy, and this is standard, right? At the end of each year, the finance minister always comes out with an economic update, kind of to situate everyone on where things are, and to kind of change or alter certain things that were announced previously in the year during the budget. So that's what happened, and he came out and. Again, they're throwing money out to kind of help the more vulnerable. Obviously, in any situation, you're going to have the people that are criticizing it to say that it's not enough, and certain industries that require much more, and that the government isn't doing what it should be to help these industries. So very quickly, here are a couple of those measures and those funds that will be given. Give me one little second. Let me just get down here. Okay, so there we go. So, yeah, there's going to be an additional. Let me just preface this by saying that this is obviously for the people that are receiving social welfare right now in Quebec. They're going to get additional money. Now, here's where it's kind of a joke, right? I mean, when you're looking at the money, you're like, oh, okay, but then when you hear. It's almost like insignificant, right? I mean, so you have $400 a year for a couple, So I mean, like that comes down to what, less than like a bit over $6 a week or something like that. I mean,
it's fucking. I saw it this morning. I was reading. I was like, what is this random fuck? An MTL blog posted it as if it was like, wow, everyone gets free money. I was like, what are you talking about?
First of all, you shouldn't be reading Montreal blog. But
I leave it on because it amuses me sometimes. It gives me. It lets me. It's like a. It keeps my finger on how dumb people are, like the pulse of stupidity in the city. I'm like, oh, look, people are still stupid. Cool. The world ended and nothing changed.
So $400 per couple, $275 for a single person living with a roommate, and $200 Sorry, 275 for a person living alone, and $200 for a person living or a single person living with a roommate. This will be available as of the 24th of January of next year. And again, the criteria is that you need to already be part of some social welfare program. Obviously, there's criteria on the income. So for a single person, it's $50,000 a year. For a couple, it's $55,000 a year. The interesting thing here, though, however, is for the daycare services. We just spoke about the crisis that we're having, so they did put additional measures in here to help families that are sending their kids to non-subsidized daycares. And this is important to mention, obviously, because that's where the crisis is right at the moment. So for anyone sending their kid to non-subsidized daycares, and there's different revenue brackets. So for a family that for a unit with a family income of $30,000, their daily daycare rate is about $5 a day, which is great. So basically what happens is that they're increasing the tax credit that these families get at the end of the month. So for anyone that doesn't know, if you send your kid to non-subsidized daycares, you're paying the full price, but at the end of the month, you're sending in this form that you need to fill out, and the government kind of reimburses. This is like a tax credit.
It's a tax credit,
that you get. Okay, so they're increasing that tax credit. So if you're less than $30,000 a year as a family income, you're going to be paying about $5 a day for daycare. For family income of $70,000, you'll be paying about $6 a day. And for a family income of $175,000, you are going to $7 a day, which is pretty much what the subsidized daycares cost right now. Here's one that I do not understand. Okay, I don't understand this. I mean, I really don't understand.
All right, let's hear it.
And the idea here is that they want to incentivize students that are studying in specific departments because they need that kind of workforce. For example, in engineering, high tech, information systems, in the health industry, for example, nurses and all that kind of stuff. So if you're studying in any of these fields, they're increasing the bursaries, the loans and bursaries programs for each student. And it's crazy money. So at the CGIP level, you're getting $1,500 after each semester that you successfully complete. So each semester you complete it, boom, $1,500.
Random, kind of.
For a total of $9,000 that you can possibly get in 3 years. If you're for university students, it's $2,500 per semester that you complete.
So you're getting paid to study to then go get paid?
If
right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to pay this back, right? But here's the little thing.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Yeah, it's a bursary. So, but if you're in university or in college and you're getting this money, but you don't finish your program, you will not have to pay that money back. So,
wait, what?
Yeah. Like,
Wait,
I mean,
what? Hold on, bro.
Yeah, confusing.
Wait.
Yeah. So you go to school. They give you this money. If you finish, you get to keep the money. If you drop out, you have to pay it back?
So hold on. If you succeed, you're penalized.
No, the opposite.
No. If you succeed, you're penalized. You have to pay it back.
Right, because if you succeed, you're going to have to pay it back because it's a bursary.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
but if you don't succeed...
I thought a bursary is a grant.
No.
A loan you pay back. A bursary is yours.
You're right, but it's both. It's loans and bursaries. So
oh,
it's
okay.
Yeah, prêt et bourse. So yeah, if you don't finish your program, if you drop out or whatever happens, you don't have to pay the money back. I don't know. I don't know how much sense this makes.
No, it's retarded.
If I was someone that didn't want to go to school and just wanted to just fucking rip the government off, I would sign up in a college or a university.
Get the money, drop out.
Yeah, like a 3-year program, and 2
months in, you're like, yeah, it's not for me. I don't want to be a welder.
2 months in, dude, do it for like 2 years. You're getting $2,500 every month, every semester.
It's like having a job. You don't even need to show up for school. You can just be failing.
How
much does the school cost?
Oh, bro, there's going to be some really smart people that are going to take advantage of this.
There's always someone.
I mean, look, you have to. You have to.
What a convoluted system.
I look.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the government wanting to encourage these students to study in these programs because we need them in the workforce. Now, the rate at which these students will succeed versus the ones that fail, we don't know what it's going to be. I'm guessing they're betting on the fact that there's going to be way more students actually succeeding and going into the workforce rather than the students that fail, where in which case the government would lose that money.
It should be the opposite. If they succeed and they finish, you don't pay back. But if you fail or you drop out or you decide to be a fucking clown, then you have to pay back.
Then you're just gonna have a bunch of dropouts who owe money to the government that they can never pay.
No,
they're gonna have to garnish their
but
wages.
now there's incentive.
I guess.
Because look, man,
Because now you're incentivizing people to fail.
Don't forget that if the government is doing that, it means that it will support these industries as well, right? In a certain way or another.
Yeah, but all they had to do was literally reverse of what happens when you get one result or the other. That's all they had to do. It's not complicated.
I know, but here's the thing. Maybe it would discourage you because if you're not certain if whether you're going to do it or not, you're like, you know what? Let me look at a career change, right? Let me I don't know. Let me go into some technical field or whatever that the government is going to be creating jobs or opportunities in, and they're paying me to be in school every semester. Let me give it a shot. I have nothing to lose because if I realize that I don't like it and drop out, at least it won't cost me money. But if you succeed and you find a job that, based on what the government says, will be well-paying jobs, at a very low or no interest rate, you'll pay back the thing, and that's that. Right?
I understand, but also it would incentivize people, I think, in my opinion, they go for something like they're sure about, to make more research. Anyways, I don't know. I have a different school of thought on that.
No, I think they are sure because if the government is putting this in place for these specific programs, because in the back end they know that these are the industries that they will be supporting and helping and keep promoting to a certain degree. So they're not. It's not just random. Oh, here, take this program and give money there. They know that in their strategic plan, we want to increase this sector. So we'll be funding this sector. There's going to be different business programs, I'm sure, that will be announced probably next year's budget in these specific industries to make them flourish. And because we need now the workforce, that's the biggest problem now in Quebec, right? We have nobody, like our workforce is bleeding right now. Mm-hmm. They created this kind of program to get these youngsters incentivized, or people in general, people to go back to school and make a career change or whatever it is, in order so that they can pair them with the plan that they have in the industries. So again, I understand what they're doing. I guess we're going to wait and see in a couple of years if it paid out, right? I mean, if the rate of success outweighs the rate of failure.
So you're saying we don't know? Let's find out.
But it's always like that. What are you talking about?
But it seems like anyways. Sorry, I'm a little distracted because fucking everything crashed. Have you guys seen this?
What do you mean?
See the crypto market? They're calling it Red Friday. Like fucking nice. Bitcoin. I just saw it. Bitcoin went under. It's like 52,000 Canadian.
No way.
Yeah. Ether dropped. Everything just fucking exploded.
Oh my
Why
lord.
do you think?
I don't know. There's a bunch of speculation, but I can't read it right now. Like I just opened my Binance app to look what was going on, and I was like, what the fuck? Jesus.
No, it's at 69,000 Canadian.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yo, I literally looked a few seconds ago. Look at it just spiked. You see it? 1 hour ago, it dipped up and down.
Yeah, went down to 68.
Oh, US. Sorry, I was reading US.
Yeah.
But still, it's crazy. It was 72 last night.
Well, it's only 6%.
It's still a huge percentage in a single day. And all of them are down.
And that amount, yeah. When you're playing with those amounts, yeah.
All of them are down. Anyways, yeah, sorry. I just I don't understand crypto. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I have all this crypto that I don't even know what I'm fucking doing with it anymore. Like, I just have it. I just don't want to be that guy 10 years from now. Like, now I'm like, oh, crypto's dumb. And then 10 years from now, I'm like, God damn it.
Damn it, I should have done it. I told you the story that I was approached years ago, back in 2016. There was this, kind of, I don't even know what to call it, but whatever. They were basically using Bitcoin in this MLM scheme, right? And the idea was like traditional MLM companies where you get into Bitcoin and everyone that you bring into your organization, you get a percentage of their Bitcoin and so on and so forth. And now I wasn't interested in getting into any MLM business, but the people that were promoting it to me, they're like, look, forget about the MLM thing, just get the Bitcoin, right?
I have someone who approached me about that a while back too.
Yeah, it was back in 2016, I think. And I was like, look, dude, I don't understand. I don't know what crypto means. I don't know what Bitcoin is. I have no fucking idea. I'm not like, I'm out, right?
Okay. So now you're kicking yourself.
Yeah, no, but let me tell you.
Oh, the antenna, right? Is this the story?
No.
That's another one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And this was back in 2016. Bitcoin was at 3,000 US. I mean, every time I look at what Bitcoin is at now, I'm thinking if I had just bought even half back then, you know what I mean? Oh man. So, but I understand what you're saying. You want to dabble a little bit just to be on the safe side.
There was a guy, he had tweeted back when Bitcoin was like $1, and he goes, Bitcoin just dropped to $1.27 or some shit like that. He goes, this is so fucking stupid. You're all retards, right? And he posted that back in 2011. And then basically now recently, somebody went and found that tweet and they commented on there. They go, is this guy even alive? Is this guy dead?
Answer?
No. And then he answers, he goes, still alive, but dead inside.
I was looking now as we're talking about it. In 2018, in May of 2018, I was hired by this guy from the States. I'm just reading our email thread from then to cover the Vcash convention. It's a crypto convention. It was at the Queen Elizabeth, the Fairmount.
Yeah.
And there it was basically a documentary. I was just a shooter. Like they brought me in to shoot interviews.
Did it?
Yeah, I did it. But I met the founder of Ethereum. And a bunch of other, like the Dogecoin guys were there. Like they were all there and they were explaining how blockchain works. It's 2018, right? So I think Bitcoin must have been $20,000. I don't remember what it was at. But it had started becoming mainstream.
Yeah.
And Ethereum was nothing still. Ethereum was like pennies on the dollar, right? Or dollars on the dollar, whatever. And that guy Vitaly is like telling us about all the applications. I'm like, this guy's fucking crazy. And he goes, you want some Ether? I'm like, no. just offered me Ether. Like, offered it to me. I was like, nah.
Nothing.
No, I'm good. Because they offered to pay part of our bill, like to the main guy in Ethereum, I think. And he was like, no, I mean, I'll take Bitcoin, or cash. And then they're like, no. And then he's like, what do you think? I'm like, well, are you going to pay me in money or fake nerd money? Like, I didn't know. I'm like, is it going to be nerd money or regular money? That's what I was calling it the whole time. They're like, so how do you feel about it? I go, blockchain's interesting, but these tokens, these are nerd money. These are nerd money. I don't understand it. I wasn't making fun of it in the sense that I thought it was dumb. It was beyond me. To be honest, I have a bunch of it now. It's still way beyond me.
What's Ethereum at?
Ethereum is like $4,500 now, I think.
Yeah, about
something like that. But it's just, I don't want to be that guy. Like during the .com boom, I was too young. There was nothing I could have done. Even though I did have a few friends in high school who were buying up domains and selling them, I remember. Then there was the first ad boom that happened. So like I remember in high school, these guys that I went to high school with, who are all like hedge fund managers now, they would build the GeoCities. Yeah, do you remember GeoCities? It was a Yahoo personal website. They would build GeoCity websites, load them up with Google ads, and then all day we would just click on each other's ads. And they were making thousands of dollars because the system was very rudimentary still. Like there was no way to check it. I mean, eventually they stopped that shit. I missed the first fucking YouTube ad boom because I was like, I didn't understand it. Like this, I feel like 10 years from now, I'm going to be like, why didn't I buy some fucking NFTs? And like, I have 2 NFTs. They're never going to be worth anything.
There's property in the metaverse that sold for $2.4 million.
A month ago, I was trying to buy property in the sandbox, and I just couldn't understand how to do it.
You need Ethereum.
I know, but the gas prices were crazy, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So then I bought the NFTs instead as a learning process, right? But by the time I figured shit out, the stuff that I was looking at spending $800 Canadian on, like 0.0054 Ether, is like $2 million now. I'm like, fuck. Like, I missed it because I just didn't understand. Now I understand. It's still complicated.
I still don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. And just to get back to that antenna thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is helium. So helium is another cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's a token. Yeah.
And I had a buddy of mine that invests in all this thing. He goes to me, George, you should invest in helium. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro? I don't know what the hell this is. He goes, listen, helium is different than other cryptocurrencies. They're actually offering service. So
that's what everyone says about every fucking token.
No,
yes, George.
No, because Bitcoin is a currency. So they're not offering a service.
I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Ethereum is a service, the contract-based system. All the Ethereum-based coins, they all offer a service. LRC offers a service. Cardano offers a service. They're being treated like stocks.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know any of these. So he goes to me, listen, this is a Wi-Fi antenna. They want to build a grid to spread this Wi-Fi, whatever, so that different companies can actually hook onto that grid. And they're using individuals, like you and me. And there's a Wi-Fi antenna that you put on the roof of your house. And you create a grid, and you're paid for this contribution in Ethereum tokens.
You're basically earning crypto. Yeah, I get it.
But you're mining,
you're not actually mining.
Whatever it is, man. I don't know. They're giving you So when he's offering this to me now, this is last year, I think, end of last year, and he's like, "Look, man, I'm right now bringing in about 3 helium tokens a day." And I'm like, okay, cool. So what is it trading at? And back then it was like around, I don't know, $10-11. It was trading for $10 or $11, right? So I mean, it's still good. I mean, the guy was making a couple hundred or $1,000 a month. So I'm like, you know what? I'll do it, right? So I went on and I got two of those antennas, and I'm like, okay, cool. So obviously, like everything else, it was delayed. I was supposed to get them earlier this year. It was delayed. I got emails. I was following it up. I'm like, okay,
but
cool.
By the time you get it now, by the time anything would happen, it's too late,
listen
right?
to this. Listen to this. Apparently, there was an email. I didn't see this. An email came in and said, listen, because of the delays, we're reaching out to you. Let us know if you're still interested. If you don't answer back to this email within 30 days, we'll automatically cancel your thing. Now, I didn't see this email. I get so many, so at some point, I'm just looking at my bank account and I see a credit of the amount. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You thought you made money?
No, I'm like, why are they paying me? I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I checked my emails and I had missed obviously the deadline, so they canceled it. And just out of curiosity, I went to check
what's it worth.
Right now. I got $60 or something.
Oh fuck. I bought a loop ring or something. I don't know. I have a bunch that I just I shift them around. I tried to get a good spread of different tokens. None of it's a lot of money. But if any of them, I mean, like I said, I just don't want to look back and be like, the world was changing. We were at like a fucking black swan moment in terms of finances, and I just ignored it.
Yeah.
Is it fucking really complex and I barely understand it? Yeah, 100%. And I don't mean I understand why NFTs are worth money. I get that. What I don't understand is, I'm following these steps, from a MetaMask wallet to OpenSea, and I'm doing everything, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm like a chimp that's been taught to do things. I don't know why I'm doing stuff. I'm just doing it. And then I'm connecting a wallet and I'm paying fees, and then I buy something for $2 basically, 0.00005E. But then it costs me $70 in gas fees. I'm like, what the fuck is gas fees? Google gas fees. I mean, not anymore. Now I know. And I was like, what the fuck? What a stupid system. That the fees are this high, and then I'm like, there must be an alternative, so I start learning something new. Like I said, I want to understand it as best as I can.
But it's good that you're doing this.
Because I understand that it is probably a big part of the future, especially once we enter into the whole metaverse concept. But now I want metaverse adjacent stocks in real money, like Matterport, for example. They're helping build the metaverse.
You lost me.
Matterport is remember when I used to do those the private jet videos?
Yeah.
Remember I used to have these 3D tours where you can walk around?
Yeah.
That's Matterport. That's their technology. It's a LiDAR scanning system. They've been around for quite a while. They were first to market with this technology, and they're still the best. They really are the best for stuff like this. The thing is, though, you can use that same thing that creates the 3D tours to scan a space, like our studio, for example. Imagine, I don't know, let's say we're 5 years in the future, right? And we're doing this podcast right now live, right? And you can listen to it. But we also have a metaverse version of this studio that has a studio audience. So if you want, you can listen to the podcast and pop on your fucking holo contacts or whatever, and you can sit right there and you're with us.
Right.
It's an interesting concept. I completely understand the appeal of it. There's a lot of stuff I don't like about the idea of turning our entire lives virtual, obviously.
Exactly.
But it's interesting. So you need the blockchain to do these things, for the interactions, for the economy that'll exist there. And I get that. So I don't want to look back and be like, I was just an old guy who didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's where I am now.
That's you for most things now. You're just confused. Honestly, you send me the weirdest text messages like, bro, this computer is fast. It make good video. I use it. I buy. And I'm like, George, go away. Oh, hi, George. Hi, doggy.
I'm looking to get a new laptop, and I'm just so confused with everything out there. And
just buy the best laptop that's available.
Yeah.
That's
You're married, aren't you? Aren't you married? You have a wife, no?
Yeah, and she's very, very mad at me that I want a new laptop and a new camera. And I try to never buy both at the same time, but all of a sudden it's like I might as well light like $12,000 on fire.
Exactly.
But it's my job. Like I need these things to work. Do I need them right now? No, I could probably wait a little bit. The laptop pisses me off because I bought it out of necessity. Like I bought the best Intel Mac that was available, and then they came out with the new chips, and now I'm like, I want that. And then I thought I could ignore it, but like a lot of my plugins have gone offline because they're silicon, Mac silicon, and not Intel plugins. So like, I'm still, she's angry. Way to be incognito, Anna.
Bro, what are you giving out information live, dude? It's like it's your fault too.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't really need it, but I need it. It's
no,
like
I mean the computer, the camera. It's time. Like it's like my camera's starting to approach the end of its life cycle. That's normal. It's part of my business. Yeah. But the laptop, I wish I could have been able to just wait for these new Macs.
Right.
But like now I'm annoyed because I just bought it last year. It's still top of the line. I'm sure. I'll probably sell it. I'll probably make back at least 60-70% of what I paid for it. It's just a hassle.
Maybe I'll get it off you, man. I don't know. We'll talk. Because I'm lost.
The only reason I haven't listed it to sell it is because they're back ordered, so I can't be without a laptop. Like I need to work.
Are you serious? Because I was
till January.
At, from the
yeah,
App
but
Store.
You're looking at like lower level. I'm talking about fully spec'd out Supermax.
Yeah, no, because I'm looking at from your phone there. You go to your App Store and you can just buy Apple products, whatever, and it says 3 to 5 days delivery.
Yeah, no, you haven't the one I spec'd out. It says January 21st delivery.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this PayPass credit cards? Yeah. By the way, the whole PayPass credit card thing for buying crypto, it acts as a cash withdrawal. Wow, I couldn't say that. A cash withdrawal. It's not just a credit card transaction. Look at your fucking your bills, your credit card statement.
I use crypto.com to waste my money.
You got killed this morning. You woke up. You're like, what the fuck? I just got
No,
here.
everything's down. Even real life stocks are down.
Yeah, I know.
You know why?
Black Friday.
Illuminati.
What?
Illuminati.
Can I tell you why? Because a lot of people pulled out their liquid assets to go Black Friday shopping.
Really?
No, I don't know. I just made that up.
That
But
doesn't make any sense.
Seems plausible.
No. Why would you need liquid assets to go Black Friday shopping? You just put it all on the credit
Because
card.
you already maxed your credit cards buying crypto.
Definitely not the population.
Come on, it's possible.
No, it's not. Everything, real stocks are down too.
I want to make a fucking series of NFTs of us.
But I mean, everything is tanking right now. I know that the Canadian dollar is getting
tanking.
smacked around. The Turkish lira is
Holy shit! What's going on?
They're protesting down there. He destroyed. Literally, his way to fix the economy is fuck the Greeks. And then for a day, people are like, yeah, fuck the Greeks. And then like, wait a second, I can't get bread anymore.
It has historically not worked for them. What was going on over there? I saw some a reckoning when you came in.
Perhaps there was, Phil.
Really? Did I miss something interesting? Will you tell me later?
No,
nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting.
No one's asking you. I stick.
But
whoa! That's enough, Phil. That's enough. I reprimand him. That's it.
I sent him to the garbage gulag earlier.
I heard. I was listening. I was listening to all your fucking stupid nonsense. I heard it all.
He's never once come in and been like, guys, it was fucking interesting.
Yeah. What do you guys talk about? Striking daycare workers?
That was a while ago.
How about you free the children? Daycare is kid prison.
No. Actually, I had to sign off yesterday for my child to wear a special
burqa
seatbelt during lunch.
Seatbelt during lunch?
Like for her, like on her chair, because they're like, look, she just keeps, because she's small, right? She keeps sliding off the chair. I'm like, why do I have to sign this? Like, if you need to put a little chair on her, like a seatbelt chair, a harness, go ahead. They're like, government says if we're going to tie them to anything, we have to sign. I'm like, what do you mean, Harry?
Wait, why is she so slippery?
She's not. It's just that she's a little bit too small for the little baby chairs because she's the youngest in the class, right? So when she's eating lunch, she's always moving around. She's a kid, right? And she just slowly...
Oh, they can't put her anywhere else?
No, they don't have anything smaller. It would be on the floor.
So they go, buckle up, young one.
Why don't they put like a footstool so that she can step on?
Yeah.
You have kids. Why would you even suggest that? Have you ever seen... I'll show you a video later of my daughter trying to murder herself with a footstool. So they'll climb on anything, dude. They're crazy kids.
No, she had to murder herself.
Like,
is this my life? And she's just ending
George's kids are different. It's like they're
George,
different.
I feel your kids are more docile because you're a more docile man.
No, they have the woods to play in, all that nature. That's why.
You don't send your kids in the woods, do you?
Yeah, all the fresh air over here.
He just sends them out there with cocoa leaves to chew,
Yeah.
like their traditional ancestors did up in the Andes, and they're out there just fucking making maize and shit.
Go picture future.
Quinoa grow everywhere. I don't know what that accent was. Does your wife ever hear the things we say about her family?
I don't even know.
He said we, but I never say a goddamn thing about that Colombian drug dealer. I like her.
The Colombian drug dealer.
I listened to a song, Medellin. It was good.
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
It was good, yeah. Literally, when we got here, I'm like, look, I found some grimy French rap for you. I walk in from my office, and he's like this. He's like, fuck, this is bang. Yeah.
This is
Fuck
banging.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Gang. Like, he was just into it. It was great.
You have to do it in
Yeah,
French,
it's not
though.
that hardcore.
Do it in French.
Gong.
No, they say
Gang
gang.
de rue. Gang de rue. That's it. It doubles as Japanese. Gang de rue.
Speaking of Japanese,
Good
I was
morning,
watching,
monsieur.
That's Turkish.
I was watching. Speaking of Japanese, I was watching a Korean show.
Porn. Korean porn. Go
Yeah,
on.
that's related. They're two different countries.
I know, just fucking.
Yeah, before
Yeah, he's
we
like, we're talking about
Africa,
Iran?
he's like, speaking of Africa,
No.
like, not even fucking close.
So I started watching Hellbound.
Hellbound?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh,
haven't seen that.
it's like a horror series, but it's Korean.
Yeah.
Is it the guy who made...
Parasite.
yeah.
Oh, did he make a series? Is that him?
Oh, it might
He
be
has
him.
a series called Dr. Robot, I think. Doctor on Apple TV.
No, you're talking about Mr. Robot, but that's not him.
No, not that.
How do you guys find so
I
much
saw
time
the
to watch
trailer.
shit?
I saw
Oh
the
my
fucking trailer. It looks
I
phenomenal.
haven't heard of any of this.
What's his name? The guy?
I don't know.
Parasite director.
Between 12 a.m. George
Bong
and 2
Joon-ho.
a.m.
What?
Bong Joon-ho. That's a
Bong
great
Joon-ho.
name. Bong Joon-ho.
Not your regular hoe.
What were we saying, Poseidon? Between 12 and 2?
Yeah, those 2 extra hours we're supposed to be getting for sleep. That's where I find
Don't
time.
listen to him. He just felt the need to say something. There's
Yep.
no actual time. It could be in the day. It just depends what he's doing. So I don't know why he said that he reserves his viewing from 12 to 2.
Yeah.
It's completely untrue. But it just felt like it had to be
But
blurred
I
out.
literally just
He's
all
a
like I watch all
professional.
my
He has a very
No, you
tight
don't.
schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's in there.
I'm going to find it.
It doesn't matter.
I'm going to
But
know.
Is Hellbound any good? Because now we're just
Oh, yeah.
deviating.
Yeah, it's all right. I enjoyed it.
Well done.
I only watched one
quite,
episode.
the
Thank you for that.
riveting review.
Yeah, in-depth review. Thank you
I
for
only
that.
watched one episode, and so far
Movies
it's interesting.
with Poseidon.
Yeah, there's a movie. Yeah, bro, there's actors. It's good, bro. I listened. I watched. Thank you for that
no,
review.
no, but no, I only.
Thank you
watched,
for calling Movie Phone.
You remember Movie Phone? Well, we had, what was it called here? It wasn't called Movie Phone. It was called Cinema Montreal. No,
I forgot what it was called, but Kramer had to double as
Yeah.
a Movie Phone guy once because
for whatever movie.
his phone number was too close.
Yeah.
His was Filk, and it was film 555 film, and then they were
So
calling
you
him
just
back. So
answered.
he's like, you know what? I'll just do it. So he's like, hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
Oh my
They're
god.
so funny.
Press
Why
one
don't
for-
you
yeah.
tell me what movie you
Yeah.
want to watch.
Why don't you just
Just
tell
tell
me
me.
what movie
Yeah.
you would like to watch? Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so good.
Honestly, it's amazing. Seinfeld falls apart the second digital communication comes into play. Every storyline is easily avoided.
Well, not every storyline.
Almost every storyline.
I don't think it's even. There's 8 seasons. What is it? I don't think it's every storyline, but it's a different world. Like, that's
yeah,
like,
no, it's just interesting. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
that whole argument that it's not funny because.
Oh no! I'm just saying. Even that's like saying I can't watch a period piece because now I have cell phones and they're
Yeah,
wearing
exactly,
monocles.
exactly.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't
How
change
does
it.
that change your life?
In
a
their
monocle?
universe, those are the limitations. They're very funny. You're both on your cell phones right now. That's
trying to
amazing.
find the
Riveting.
fucking-
Nobody gives a shit though.
Ah, it's bothering me, man.
Nobody gives a shit.
Anna, find it for me.
George,
Yes, sir.
Oh no, I
George-
just want to
George-
look at something.
did you bring up any hard-hitting international news?
Like?
Yeah, the African variant.
No, I don't care about the African
Bitch
variant.
variant. It's
Yeah.
called B1 Ban Chich.
Yeah, they have weird names now. I don't know. It's all nonsense to me. I saw Japan. First of all, I even saw the African statistics where it went way down, but they haven't done anything. And then now, 3 days after that comes out, they say Africa's a hotbed for a new variant, the AIDS one or some shit. Did you see that? The AIDS variant? They said that a powerful strain started, and they think it's from someone who had AIDS but was not diagnosed. You haven't seen that?
Patient
No, I
Zero.
haven't. No.
I was reading about it
I
yesterday.
saw a documentary about how they found Patient Zero. I saw like the trailer
Oh, I don't know about patient zero for what, COVID?
for AIDS. Is
Oh
that
no,
what
no,
you're
no.
talking about?
This was something about COVID. It was something about viruses mixing or some shit like that. And it goes, they found something that they assumed started from someone who had AIDS but was not diagnosed, didn't know. I guess gave his blood or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Okay.
But so I was skimming through it, And so I saw that, and I saw Japan. The cases just went down to
Nothing?
Well, it went drastically down. George, did you see that?
No.
I was reading last night that Greece is having a surge. I remember
whatever.
seeing that.
I don't believe that either.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But now we have a new African variant, the BCA.
Check out the Japan thing.
FER.
Poseidon, if you would get the fuck off your cell phone, I've been giving you hints for 3 minutes to
They're
bring
not
up
really
the Japan.
hints when you say get off your cell phone.
Well, I had to because 3 minutes in, he was just fucking texting. So
Dr.
yeah.
Brain, Anna found it for me. Thank you, researcher. It's called Dr. Brain. It looks sick.
It's a cartoon.
Well,
No,
they
no,
have
no.
1,800 cases in the last. Hold on.
Thanks, wife.
Open up them up.
What is he looking for? The number of cases?
No, not the actual number.
Oh yeah, they dropped like crazy.
The drastic spike.
Yeah.
And they've been using ivermectin, I heard.
I thought it was just all the residual nuclear stuff.
That would have made it worse.
You don't know
everything.
that.
What do you mean?
You don't know that it would have made it worse. Maybe it would have made it better.
What do you mean?
Maybe-
So they were like this, like everyone else,
And
and then
all
they
of a
started using IVM, and they did this. What does that have to do with their nuclear?
That was a joke.
Oh, but that's why I had to
You
stop it.
ruined
And
my
then
joke.
no,
You step on it really hard. Like
your joke was dying in the fucking corner, Phil.
dumpster baby.
What'd you find?
Yeah, it dropped like crazy. Like it
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, how
Those
come
were
we're not
very-
talking about George? Why is that not in the news? I don't understand.
I don't know, guys. Honestly,
Weren't
I've
they
stopped
calling Rogan a
following
conspiracy
whatever.
theorist, horse dewormer for?
But that was
just brought up
ivermectin.
Iri-
This is
I just put
ivermectin.
the variant because it was in my feed. I'm like, oh, we'll talk about it. It's cool news. But like, guys, we said this just before. I'm like, I'm tired of talking about COVID-19. It's
So-
like I'm just fucking. We don't know anything.
Sorry, because I was looking for the graph, George. They went from like 7-day average of 24,000 to 140, like 100. Yeah, they dropped like crazy.
Yeah, that's
44 now.
Cases?
7-day average 44
That's pretty good.
Bravo, Japan!
Japan
from over 1,000 a day.
from what are you talking about?
This is all very good.
From a 25,000 7-day average. So do 25,000 divided by 7, bro.
You do it.
Okay, bro. Here, let me pull out my.
No, you don't have to do it. We get it. That it's
get it.
there's a big unless
What a
unless
business.
George
No, bro, I'm
thinks
gonna do it now.
unless George thinks that 40 times 7 is somehow 20,000. There's a problem.
George, do you think that?
Yeah.
It's
Then there's a
3,700.
problem.
Yeah.
Only Poseidon can save us now.
It's crazy.
I wonder
Fuck,
what
eh?
account. Like, what are they saying publicly in Japan?
Did you talk about Ghislaine Maxwell?
No, we didn't.
Ask your
Did it
question.
start?
Yeah, that's.
How the fuck would I
He
know what they
saved the
think
f-
publicly in Japan?
No,
I don't
they-
live there.
You were reading yesterday, you said.
Also,
Yeah,
you
but
don't-
they didn't tell
are
me
they making
Japanese locals. All they said was this what we're using. It went down.
Oh, they did say that.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay,
in the
that's what
thing,
I wanna know.
IVM and all that. They
Oh,
go, it's
okay.
just, it went down. But everybody, the culture there is also more careful than they've always liked. If they feel
Yeah,
sick, they
yeah.
always wear masks. So if you feel sick and you go out and you're wearing a mask,
That
you're less
shunned.
likely to give it to somebody else. And that's part of the culture already in Asia.
Yeah.
So that's already a win. And the fact that now they started using stuff to fight it as opposed to making everyone panic.
I was reading yesterday, Quebec, some plant-based, and I don't mean vegan, I mean like derived from some sort of plant, a treatment for an antiviral for COVID, like with super crazy, great results, safe. It's called the deadly carrots.
I love Christine right away with propaganda.
What'd she
PolitiFact debunked. Yeah, you know what else they debunked? They said that our friend Epstein wasn't a pedophile. Yeah, I don't give a shit what PolitiFact
Oh.
says. Yeah. I don't give a shit
know
what
what?
any of them say.
Debunked the ivermectin
Christina's
Japan
pro
thing.
pedophile. I'm putting her in the gulag.
She's not pro pedophile,
Okay,
but
but
that's
don't
not.
do exactly what she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just making stuff up now. You're worse than PolitiFact.
No, I
You're
don't-
not
I
even
don't- I
slanted
don't know
towards the
that.
side. You're
I
just
have no idea.
calling people
Actually,
pedophiles.
I've been trying to find information about this new advancement that's been made here in Quebec about cancer treatment.
Okay.
But very positive stuff. I haven't been able to find too much on it, but hopefully by next week we'll be able to get back to that because stuff like that should be mentioned, I think. So yeah, there you
But
have
nothing, you didn't mention anything. You just spent 30 seconds saying words. Well, what's the big advancement?
cancer treatment. So I'm not sure exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly.
That's Poseidon level stuff. Okay, but what's you with a cancer? Like,
I'm rubbing off.
there's treatment of a cancer. You know these broads you meet in clubs where they tell you the horoscope?
I brought that up because you're talking about.
I was just looking for this ivermectin thing, and I accidentally stumbled across the most hilarious headline of the day.
Tell me. Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen. Did you see this?
Yeah, of course I saw
He
that
just
too.
ripped Casey Neistat live on.
No, he did. Then Seth Rogen got ripped because it's not ripping when you tell a guy, "Be calm, bro. Let people break into your. We're millionaires. Let people break into your cars. That's
What?
normal."
No,
yeah.
no. It's not that what he said. It's the fact that there's no reason for him to be having this conversation. Just like I'm high and making pottery, so I'm going to comment on this.
No, he does it to everyone. He jumps
Does
on.
he?
Yeah, he fights people online, and then he goes in their DMs, and every time they rip him, he asks, "Are you Jewish?" You haven't seen this?
What?
And if they're not Jewish, he claims that they're anti-Semites for talking back to him. And if they are Jewish, he goes, "Why are you doing this?" He's a fucking bro. The guy's lost his mind, Seth Rogen. It's
much
been like
weed,
a
eh?
few years. Yeah,
Too much weed.
yeah,
That's a shame.
I love Seth Rogen, bro.
I think he's funny
yeah. He's funny.
as an actor. I've
It
never
doesn't-
seen him do stand up. I don't think
no,
he
he's
does.
funny, but he's a piece of garbage.
But even he says that his stand-up sucks.
Yeah, he's not a stand-up. He knows.
Yeah,
That's why he
he's-
did.
he's an actor.
But he's a great comedy writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has good timing. He knows how to. It's very, very funny.
Yeah. Go on.
Just that he's lost his goddamn mind now. With you get enough money, bro, you start fucking losing it.
I think he just smoked too much weed. He has that weird company that he started now where he sells ashtrays.
That's good though.
It's so random.
Start a company, bro. Good for
I
him.
guess, yeah.
He's not raping anyone.
That's
like
not a very
Ghislaine
socialist
Maxwell.
thing to do, is it?
So hold on, G. How come you're not bringing up the story of the decade?
Yes.
Why are you talking about nonsense and you're not talking about Ghislaine Maxwell?
I would say even the
what's
century.
happening. I have. Has it started the trial?
Yes,
already,
today.
or-
No one's covering it
Do you
anyway.
find it weird that the trial has started? It involves names such as Hillary Clinton,
Hillary.
Hillary?
Jeffrey Epstein,
Well, he's dead.
Jay-Z,
Jay-Z.
Oprah. It involves the Vatican. It involves so many high-profile people, and yet all we see is sketches. But Kyle Rittenhouse, some man-child, we had fucking high-def video of him crying.
I mean, I don't care what side of any political leaning you fall on.
This is important.
Objectively, if you look at the fact that there's zero coverage of the Maxwell trial and Rittenhouse was all people were talking about,
Yeah.
you have to be like, that's weird.
Yeah,
At
it's
least-
fucking insane.
At the very least, that's weird. Right?
This is insane, guys. What are we doing? This is we're talking about human trafficking. We're talking about perhaps rituals.
Yeah.
We're talking about big political figures. What is it?
Vaccines being tested on babies now.
Yeah, they said
know they were doing that.
Teresa Tam said yesterday that she wants to vaccinate 6-month-olds or some shit.
What?
But guys, I can't anymore.
By the way, there's a new.
Oh, look who's waking up late, George. I fucking told you. It's called slippery slope. It's a slippery slope thing. I've been saying this for months. A year.
There's a new conspiracy theory saying that the Rittenhouse case was just
Smoke
was,
show.
No, that's just stupid.
was a smoke show to
No.
distract from the Ghislaine Maxwell.
No, it wasn't. It
And
wasn't.
then people released videos.
they
even-
weren't at the same time.
I understand this, and I agree with you, Pantelis.
But he's continuing.
No, because I saw it online, and I find it.
So I have to
find
tell
it
people.
I know, but
because
we
saw
know.
it.
But you already know it's not real, right?
100%.
So why say it?
Let's just look at the simple facts. They weren't at the same time.
Yeah, it has nothing. They're not related.
No.
All it proves is they wouldn't have done it to disguise. I'll tell you why. Because it's too obvious. Like what they did now, a lot of people noticed. Wait, why is one trial get like? So you could have cameras. You could make it. You could have a lot
If
of
anything,
press
they
there.
fucked up by doing it.
Yeah, they
this way.
fucked up by doing this way. Because now people realize, like, wait, why are you giving preferential
No, you're
treatment
wrong, though. People
to
don't
Ghislaine
realize.
Maxwell? What?
People don't realize.
People realize. Christine won't realize, but regular people realize. Regular people are like, wait a second, I want to know more about this. There's a pedophile ring. Clinton was involved. So many politicians. But Barack Obama. Like, what's going on? The Vatican.
I like that you call
What
him
the fuck's going
Barack
on?
Obama.
Barack Obama. But what the fuck's going on? I want to know. These are hard hitting stories, and then nothing. Silence.
Yeah.
Hopefully
money
something
talks,
will come
man.
out of it.
Money talks.
But anyways, I gotta run.
Where you
So,
going?
Where you going?
Oh shit.
I'll let you guys talk
You don't
about
even have
that.
a
Where you
car,
going?
Sparky.
Joe?
Where you
Yeah,
going,
okay,
Sparky?
Joe, yeah, we bring up Ghislaine
I
Maxwell and
gotta-
you bounce.
yeah,
Okay.
I gotta leave.
The elite's gotta go.
Poseidon, play him out.
I am playing.
You actually got you. Got there.
No, I'm saying where are they gonna find George? Let's go.
Oh, they're gonna find him the Just As Dad's podcast and also the Backstage podcast.
All right,
He's got
look,
2
forget
hit
that.
podcasts.
Pretend he didn't say anything. Look, if you like George, you like the news he brought to you. He's also a man of many laughs. He takes care of his children. It's called Just Us Dads, him and 2 other children. And they're losing weight right now. They're working together. They're not losing weight. None of them. It's 3 fat sons of bitches doing a podcast. You think it's this one? No, it is Just Us Diggity Dads. Links are in the description. Follow George. George does many things. He's a podcaster, photographer, husband, wife, whatever the hell you want, son, daughter. So follow George. Great show. A lot of fun. That's it. George, go fuck yourself.
Bye, George.
Okay, guys, bye bye.
But yeah, this Ghislaine Maxwell thing is fucking bothering me, bro.
Which part of it?
Dude, this is huge. This is huge.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of conspiracies tied into this. So for years, people have been saying, they don't like people like the elites. They use humans as peons. There's huge,
Pawns?
same thing. There's huge sex trafficking rings happening in Saudi Arabia.
But
The
conspiracy
containers.
implies that it's subverse. Like but we know these.
No,
things.
that's
They're
just
not
the
really
misuse of the word conspiracy. Conspiracy just means people conspired. They got together and did
yeah,
it.
fair
So
enough.
people are just misusing the word. Like when people go,
It just seems too obvious.
I
to
saw
be a
in the
conspiracy.
Discord, I think Halsan posted a thing, and it's like you're out of touch with reality if you think these things are conspiracies. And it literally wrote the JFK assassination.
It's not a conspiracy.
There's a video of JFK getting assassinated. What are you talking about? So
Wait, is that what that meant though, or the?
that's what it had.
cover-up?
It had that in the same thing as UFOs and shit. So I was like, what are you fucking talking? Like, this is getting fucking crazy now. I understand you wish that the world was so nice and simple that politicians, they get elected, they just do what they do. There's no evil people. But that's not the reality of things. The reality of things is that people are shitty, especially the majority. When given psychopath, bad things will happen.
Yeah.
You give
And
too much power to anyone. Bad
and-
things will happen.
and now we're talking about there's ties to the Israeli Secret Service, which is Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. Yeah, that what they were doing a lot was
How could Mossad figure into this? I wonder.
they were getting prominent politicians to bang these kids. I'm calling them kids because they're underage, and they were videotaping it. And then what they were doing is then they were blackmailing these guys. So by the way, you need to pass this in the Senate because we need this. That's why, remember Israel for a while was getting all kinds of money from the U.S. government, like shit was getting passed in the Senate. So they're saying that it was tied into this. Yeah. So then they go, oh, fuck, I can't vote against this. This guy's going to release a tape of me banging a 14-year-old.
So they were what's the word I'm looking for? Not blackmail, the other word for blackmail.
Extorting.
Extorting.
Yeah, they were extorting politicians, and they were also facilitating the travel of a lot of these girls and boys, depending on the politicians. And they were bringing them a lot of times to this island because he had his own fucking airstrip.
Yeah.
And they were bringing them there and were doing all their fucked up shit. So what they say is, okay, let's say the first time. Like, remember what Trump said? Trump's like, yeah, I met that guy, but he likes girls that are young. It was like an old interview. He's like, it's a little weird. He likes him a little
Yeah, I
too
remember
young.
that.
Okay, so it's not that I want to make fun of Trump, but Trump is he's a bit of a goofy dude. If he
That's an
fucking
understatement.
if he noticed, they like some little young. You tell me Bill Gates, who traveled there all the fucking time and hung out with the guy, didn't realize.
It's true. Eh?
Like there's a lot of fucking nonsense here because Bill Gates, he keeps panicking when they ask him about it in
You proved
interviews.
your own point. You don't even need to make it. Like the second that people have evidence of you doing something sketchy because you're a sick fuck, then you're done. You do what they want forever. Now, who these people are, I don't know.
Well, we know who a lot of them are.
No, I mean, who's running the show? Like, who's running the long con?
Well, look, I think there's no such thing like an Illuminati, like one guy. It can't be one guy.
No,
But I just think that it's like the military-industrial complex. It all feeds itself, right?
Yeah.
So you have her, you had Epstein, you had there's money coming in from the Mossad. He has those endless bank accounts. He's extorting people. The people that he extorts open up other avenues, whether it's visas to get these girls in, whatever the fuck it is. So it's a whole conglomerate of things. Now, is this chick going to actually spill the beans?
Name names.
I'll tell you why I don't think so. Because I think she has a son.
So
think
here's
she's
the
a son,
thing.
no?
Epstein didn't name names, right?
But they thought he
'cause
might. That's why
thought he
they
might.
offed him,
So
yeah.
even if she names no one now, they can't leave her in prison. If I was her, you're gonna die. You're gonna suicide it either
But
way.
did you see what came out? Because he had wrote something just before about how he's not suicidal. Did you see it came
Yeah,
out this
that we've
week?
spoken about that
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show.
But this week they go. It's like he did it so that people would know. Because he's like, oh, they're gonna fucking kill me. They're gonna fucking kill me. So at least because he can't name names,
She's
so that
gonna
people
die
keep
either way.
investigating it. He's like, I'm not suicidal. Just so you guys know, I'm not planning on killing myself. This and that. And then he offed himself a few days later. Offed himself when all the
those
cameras went
minutes
off
that
and
they
everybody
make-
fell asleep.
Yeah, everyone fell asleep. That's
Like it's so fucking
They're
stupid.
not even. It sounds like a fucking scene from Arkham Asylum.
The
Like,
problem is people want the simplistic answer, right? So it's more like, I don't want to believe that they went in there and did that. So they're just like, yeah, bro, that happens all the time, bro. Cameras go off when you kill yourself and people fall asleep at work.
2 guards at the exact same time.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
like that's normal. Like they don't want to dig deep and be like, oh fuck, yeah, maybe I am getting played. They don't want. It's because it's too hard to understand. Like, yeah,
there are
you're a
too
bit of an
many
idiot.
different people in very high positions of power associated to this that like the truth can never come out. We'll never know.
Well, it's kind of like the old. The reason why they made fun of Hillary Clinton and the Clintons because they're like, oh, she has a lot of bodies. You know why, right? Go look at the list of people around them that died. mysteriously. A lot of them just suicided themselves.
Oh, boy.
And a lot of them die. Like those people that were going against Clinton, they had like lawsuits or whatever, bill, sexual harassment, shit like that. They get offed. The people that had stuff. That's why the joke came. I have information about Hillary Clinton and then you remember the meme?
No.
Whenever anybody would die, like a famous person, they would make a fake tweet and it goes the day before. I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton because they died. The reason why they did that is because if you look at their track record, all kinds of people around them were just getting offed.
God damn.
Yeah. They don't fuck around. They're not taking any chances. They're not small time. And that's just think about. That's just Clinton. Imagine all kinds of these people banging kids and doing all kinds of whatever the fuck they did on that island, whatever they're uncovering now with
Prince Andrew.
Just like Prince Andrew did the same thing. There's photos of him. And he's like, it's not me.
Yeah, that's not.
And then they released a statement, the palace or whatever. It's not him. They're like, yeah, that's a photo of him.
No, it's fake.
There's a photo, and people
They didn't
knew.
deny that it was him.
There's flight logs, and they're like, no, it's not him.
They just ignored it. They didn't even really deny it.
And they had said it's not him, and he said it's not me. It's
Did he?
Yeah, he said I never did
How do
anything.
you
It's
deny
not
a
me.
photo of yourself?
Not me.
Not me.
It's easy.
Very,
It's not me.
very simple, like this. It's not me.
It's not me. It wasn't me.
We gotta get you a camera.
He said, no, you're mixing up times and dates. He goes, why would I go bang kids? Why not, bro? You fucking queen loving piece of shit.
Queen?
Yeah, I hate these
I thought you
monarchists.
meant the band. I'm like, what's wrong?
Oh, he probably likes Queen too. Hopefully.
Queen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, if he's a monarchist, he probably doesn't like that queen.
My favorite conspiracy theory is the U.S. glassing Iraq over weapons of mass destruction that were never found. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's true.
We know
There
that
were
happened.
no.
They admitted it.
No, there were no. So you think that's a conspiracy? There were no actual weapons.
Yeah.
We know this. So do people still
I mean,
think that that's a
there was
lie that there were?
conspiracy to lie about it at the time.
But no, I just want to understand because the way it was written from what is it, Blankers?
Didn't they admit it or something?
Yeah, we know now.
We know, yeah.
Yeah, we know.
They have over,
Colin Powell also said again before his death, he had said that one of the biggest shames is that he had was when he had to lie to the UN and he was trying to rally people, knowing that the information he was giving was false.
that all those 9/11 documentaries that came out, they included all of that as though it was common knowledge to most people, which I assumed it was, and people were like, "Holy shit, we lied!" And I was like,
Yeah.
did you guys not know that?"
Well, when I would say to people, they were telling me that because they go, bro, you're fucking bullshit. That's a lie. Or they have weapons of mass destruction. That's why they went there. That's why. What are you fucking crazy? This has been proven. You could find this. They didn't have anything, and you could even find the lines of where they had planned to do this before 9/11 even happened.
There was that
damn.
famous Family Guy episode where they're at the World Trade Center Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what he says initially, and he's like, "No." Brian's like, "No, Peter. This is the memorial for the people who died on 9/11." Oh, that's why and he names like 10 wars that.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh, okay. Like I don't remember the joke.
Yeah, but it's
such
a
good scene.
Yeah, they lied to get the U.S. and their allies into war. So all that shit, like people might say, oh, it's a conspiracy. They didn't or whatever. We know this has been. There's no weapon. They never found weapons. There was no weapons of mass destruction, and yet they still off the guy right live. Remember that they executed Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking.
In the modern times, bro. In the modern times, they hung him
Didn't
on
they drag
CNN.
him around the city too after?
No, that was Gaddafi.
Oh, Gaddafi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
That was interesting to live through because it was the early days of streaming and Twitter,
Yeah.
like as a political tool.
I don't think Twitter was around
Twitter
when he
was
got
around, of
when he
course.
got hung. I don't remember if Twitter was around.
During the Arab Spring, Twitter was the only way to get information.
It wasn't. No, the Arab Spring came later. We're talking about the invasion of Iraq in 2000.
I'm talking about Gaddafi now. I switched.
Oh no,
I
I'm
switched.
talking about Saddam
Yeah, yeah.
Hussein
No,
because
yes.
Gaddafi, because it was cell phone cameras, it's different. It was more acceptable. I'm not saying it was right. It was sucked, but it was more acceptable. What's weird about Saddam Hussein was that it was on CNN and everything. They were showing a man get executed.
Yeah.
That was very strange at the time, especially since everyone was supposed to be happy in the States and in the Western world because that's the guy that started 9/11, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
So you were parading around a guy that you got hung.
Yeah.
And the crimes you were putting on him, and he committed a shit ton of crimes. But none of the crimes he committed are the crimes that you were putting on him for why people should be happy. The crimes you were putting on him were made up charges.
Fuck.
So it's fucking weird. And the guy was a piece of shit. He did a lot of bad stuff.
And then if you compare him to like Mao, he hasn't done shit.
Alex says that the real reason they were there is because they're looking for Stargates.
Oh, I've heard that too. Yeah, I don't know about that. I doubt it. That would be
I
cool.
wish that was true.
That'll be fucking badass cool. But it's just crazy that they do all this stuff. They repeatedly lie. They force you. They trick you into wars, and then the masses just eat up whatever CNN tells them. Like, no, that's normal. That's fine.
Did you see? Was it? What was it on? I think the States is making like a UFO task force or some shit.
Yeah, but this is it's the Secret Service. The Department of Justice, I think, is going to have a UFO task force.
But UFO just means something that's in the airspace, right?
Yeah, but why are people surprised? It's just that a lot of it hasn't been public. But as soon as one weird thing happened, they set up a task force to make sure that no other country has technology.
I went down the Lake Baikal rabbit hole.
Crazy, eh?
What a crazy fucking story.
Crazy story.
A lot of it doesn't really add up to me. Like, I was reading it, I was like, is this... Like,
I don't even believe Russians have scuba gear, so they lost me there.
No, they love to scuba. Russia loves scuba. Just like they all kind of told the story, but you can't really verify the story because of Soviet style internal politics.
Yeah,
it's so weird because okay. So you think about it. You're like, if you're gonna make up a crazy story, as a guy who works doing scuba stuff.
But there's like 15 people.
Yeah, if you guys all get together, you're like, let's make up this crazy story, right? Why not make it a little bit more believable, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, this is so far-fetched.
But also a couple of them died.
I know. It's just weird. It's just
weird. No, so it's very fucked up. And also, and the Soviets didn't make it public.
Believes that there's
the only way it came out,
weapons down there, and they had to make up some wacky story to smokescreen it.
Well, no, because then now you just make people want to go there and look.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
I didn't think of that. Because I wouldn't go to look, right?
No, you just... Yeah. No, it's just something weird happened there. The way they describe it sounds like a fucking comic book.
Point.
Your reaction.
The way they describe it sounds like a comic book, but it sounds fucking crazy.
Fucking
you know what bugs me about alien? Like, I want to believe in that.
Yeah, me too.
My problem is there's something about it always being in mysterious circumstances. It's never super big public. That always drives me away from it. I'm like, it can't be. Because you have to think, even if they want to be secretive for some fucking reason, you'd end up seeing something big. Like one of the some alien would be careless,
like why is
and
it always
fly over the Olympic Stadium and be like, look at this fucking thing. Look at these creatures. Look at
I
these guys
remember
drunk.
seeing a footage from years ago, actually. It's a Montreal sighting over the
you're talking about... You're talking, Queen Elizabeth Hotel.
Yes, that's right.
So look, the police officer, the guy who went first on the scene.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what the fuck that is. He's spoken on a documentary. The thing is, every time you bring that up, it's always shitty video, and you never have good interviews. That's very weird. That they had to call the cops, bro, because there was a
15 years ago. I understand why the video was shitty, but when you have footage being released that was shot yesterday, that looks like it was shot on a fucking Yam.
That looks like it was shot on a Nokia.
Suspicious. Yeah, like a Nokia 90. Oh. Let me pull out my
Nokia. That bothers me too. How come there's never any good footage?
What happened to the chat? Did my thing freeze or did it just go quiet?
Oh, we're talking about conspiracy shit. Now they're
all just listening.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm pulling up images.
Yeah, like I understand 10 years ago, 15 years ago if the footage was bad. And I also understand that at night it's really hard to focus on the sky with a cell phone.
Bro, 20 years ago we had a perfect image of Britney Spears' twat coming out of that limo, and it was everywhere. You're telling me you're getting HD photos of someone's vagina, but there's fucking spaceships all around, and they're all grainy and shit. Get out of here. Look, the paparazzo had a better lens than the military. Are we all fucked in the head right now?
But the difference is exposure.
Her pussy was exposed, bro.
I know. I was giving you that, but I'm serious also. It's exposure, right? You have a non-reflective object, her vagina in this situation.
Oh, yeah, that's Friday.
Coming out and being flashed by cameras while it's flashing itself.
Yeah.
Then you have a light object, a really bright object in a dark sky.
I get it.
I know.
It's
I
not going to be the perfect
take that joke and go into science.
It's not going to be the perfect shot, but it feels weird that they haven't upgraded for fucking 70 years. Like every time we get something, it's all grainy and easily fucked with.
Then there's the ones from the airplanes that have all the heads-up display stuff on.
Well, look, the military ones. Why would the military pilots and shit be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this shit?" Like, it's fucking suspicious, bro.
Excuse me. I just got so fucking like I don't know. The coffee like went through me. The caffeine hit, and then it kind of wore off. And I'm like,
but I have another theory, and it might upset people.
Wake me.
It might also all be faked on purpose
to keep us busy.
It could be one section of the military that has that technology that's, the very fast or very like stealth, type of shit, stealth jets. Yeah. And they do this from time to time to fuck people. So they get these reports so that they have that psyop in their back pocket. If ever shit's getting out of hand, people are rebelling too much.
Yeah.
They make up the alien threat and then go, you have to listen. Or, sorry, we have to have authoritarian government. We'll have to listen. We'll have to get together because there's an external threat.
Yeah.
You get it?
That makes
and then you bring everyone together. It's like the new God. So it's good to have one central religion for everyone to control
we have COVID
people.
Now for that.
COVID's not working because people started questioning a lot. Like even now, fucking Rogan made a good point the other day too when he goes, so it's a questionable. He goes, so people have questions about the vaccine, right? That vaccine hesitancy is mostly based on questions now. It's not based on conspiracies. It's just questions. Like
questions
this is
that
going to
are
help me.
answered.
So they go, it's something that they tell you have to take to help you, but it might not help you. Yes, there might be dangers in the future. We don't know because we're not there yet. But you have to take it to be safe, but it might not make you safe. And you might have to take some more. It's like, well,
It's not really a clear
it's
answer,
not really a
yeah.
clear thing. So you understand when people are hesitant, right? And the second you say it, it's conspiracy and they get mad at you. And then when people who don't get vaccinated.
They had me at less likely to die. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where they had me. I was good. I was like,
And then people who don't get vaccinated, who actually get the proper treatment, survive it, no problem, whether they're old or young, this and that. So it's like, okay, so we have proper treatments, but you don't want to give it to people.
I mean, we have to
you
have
want
the
to
flu.
give
We still
this.
have flu shots, though.
So it's you get what I'm saying? Like there's treatments for it, but you don't want to give the treatment. You want to give this thing that there's a lot of money involved. So there's questions to be. So people. So the veil of that. The main threat is dying. That's why people are at concerts. People are like, I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not getting this. People stop being scared. So the veil is dying. Now the next one is probably going to be military something, or even they might even say the aliens. They might say there's an external threat. We got to get together.
I was watching a documentary last night before I went to bed by David Attenborough. It's called "The Year the Earth Changed," and it shows how nature rebounded during the lockdowns. Right?
Yeah.
And I was watching. It was really interesting. And then all I could think was, climate lockdowns are coming.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
they're coming.
But they said this a
They're
few years. There was a document about this we had talked about 2 years ago. This was before COVID.
No, I know.
And they were talking about climate lockdowns. And dude, this is the crazy shit. A lot of the terms they're using now, they had already prepared for and were using years before. And that's the other thing. So of course, nature, if we stop fucking with it, will heal itself. Of course. But the people are trying to take that again and use that as an excuse to take away your rights. And your life is less meaningful than the planet's type of thing, which I agree. We need the planet. We need to coexist.
But I was just saying,
The way they're going about it
I was just thinking about it. I was like, it's interesting. Like, can you imagine that if we have these, like, for the rest of our lives, basically, every 6 months, certain countries go on lockdown for the good of the planet. I understand that we're saving the planet, right? But all I took away...
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, it is helping in its own way. All I took away from that was the real difference during the lockdowns, the major difference, was carbon emissions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if we have the technology to reduce our carbon, why don't we just fucking do it at this point? Like, we're going to go into lockdowns. Like, it's silly. Because I've read the arguments, right? And I was reading about it last night. But I was like, again, this is just less cars on the road and less ships burning coal.
But the arguments don't... Because here's the thing. They go, what do you think has the most... Not power, but right. So do you believe you as a human being... You have full right to your bodily autonomy and your full right to go out there, be happy, start a family, create something. Do you believe in that? That you have, or does someone else supersede that?
An individual?
Well, you tell me, does
a
anything,
collective?
a collective or an individual, does something supersede that in your mind?
I mean, my rights end where other people's rights and freedoms are infringed upon, right?
Well, no, that would be insane because it depends.
No, I mean, separate thought.
Separate thought. People could go down the road, and people often do. That's why they say you can't make that joke because even though it's your freedom of speech, it infringes on me being happy because I don't like that joke.
But
so
that's subjective. I mean, like, if I'm doing something that will physically harm you physically, and I can
no, because now
quantify
you're
that.
attacking me because then I have my right of self-defense. What I'm saying is, in a self-contained, let's say you have the right to work, to be happy, make your own decisions, build your house, grow your fucking vegetables, whatever it is, not infringing on someone else's. However, by doing that, you are working nature, right? So whether it's using your car, stuff you buy, it pollutes. So the thing that you're hurting would be nature. Because all that shit costs money.
But if you hurt nature, you hurt other people, you hurt yourself.
But that's the argument, right?
It's a confusing.
And then who do you give the power to? It's not nature controlling it. You're still giving the power to human beings. For what reason? Why is another human gonna tell you? Hold on, but why is another human being gives them the right to supersede your rights because they believe that the creator of Microsoft fucking Paint should dictate to the world how they should live?
He didn't actually create Paint.
Oh, even worse. Yeah.
But
you see, isn't it? It's weird because you can't just keep passing the ball. Be like, you handle this for me. You handle this for me. Because at a certain point, you won't be able to make your own decisions.
I understand that, but I also understand that something needs to be done. Like
agreed.
But
something that needs to be done is it's not you. You're not going to make the difference. That's the truth. I know they've been telling us this for years. You don't, because we've tried that experiment. We don't make the difference. You know what makes a difference? The stuff that they don't want to talk about. China, India, and even in the States too. big industry, big factories.
Yeah.
They need to stop polluting. You can all fucking drive electric cars tomorrow. You're not going to make a fucking dent in comparison.
Yeah.
They're polluting but they push it on you.
And even electric cars are polluting.
Even electric cars are polluting. That's the thing. They push it on you. They put the blame on you. Same thing with the government here. They're like, yeah, we're going to charge people more, carbon tax, shit like that. That's going to... No, it won't, bro. It's the same thing like when you move companies out of here. You go, you can't do that here. So you move the same company to China. So the same level of pollution, because we're on the same planet, you're not going to another fucking planet, is still happening. Just that it's not happening here. It's happening a couple of kilometers the other way, and that makes it better.
Outsourced our carbon.
It's so stupid. And then people nod their heads like, yeah, we're going to zero carbon. No, you're just doing it somewhere else.
But there is ways, like even for fuel, there are ways to burn fuel without polluting at all. Look, and this has been proven time and time again.
What? I know that
methanol. Somebody had even discovered a new one, I think, with some special oil and shit.
I know that because I was looking.
Even more
my lease is coming due, so I was just looking at the price of electric. Not Tesla. I don't want a Tesla. I was looking at like hybrid cars, and Hyundai has a hydrogen cell now.
Well, hydrogen's been around for fucking years.
I know, but like no one was really marketing it, and I was like, cool. Like it, you know what it creates? Water. It literally cleans the air while you drive it. Like, if we have that technology to safely use it, I mean, hydrogen is the most abundant element.
But do you know why?
But do you know why? Do you know how much the petrol? Big
oil. I understand.
No. But it's not even. So people try to put a number on it, right? They go, "Oh, it's billions, it's trillions."
No, you can't put a number.
You can't even put a number on it. That's why there's people that make gold toilets and gold cell phones.
Yeah.
It is insane.
There are entire cultures who hinge on the existence of the petrol industry.
Yeah, it is insane the amount of money and wealth that's associated to it. So it's not as simple as, they just want to make money. It's huge. It's cultures.
Yeah.
Cultures are dependent on it. It's fucking... I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Someone made the same argument that you always make about nuclear. Like, I don't
Nuclear is great, but the thing is, nuclear is only going to solve one thing. Nuclear...
You can't have nuclear reactors driving around.
Exactly. So nuclear is going to happen, whether you like it or not. That's what they're...
helpful.
Even the Biden administration, like, everyone's pushing towards, and even in Europe, they're talking about, like, ooh, yeah, we
need fusion, not fission. Or the inverse.
So it's going to help cities. You're going to be powered. It'll be, as long as you have a good power plant, you keep them far away, this and that, you're going to get powered for a long time. It's going to be super cheap. It's going to be amazing for cities. But for... all the stuff we use, transportation, cars and stuff, you can't put fucking uranium in everyone's car. That's insane, bro. You're just giving people...
Imagine Poseidon's driving around with a small reactor.
Pull it out and make a bomb. So you can't do that. So we need other... But things exist. There's hydrogen, combustion engine, whatever the fuck they're called.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they subvert that shit, and then they fuck up the economies like now, and people are distracted, bro. Their buying power dropped. People are making less money because their money's worth less. So sometimes they get raises now towards this time, but if you get a 15% raise, but inflation's at 30, let's say, then you're still losing 15% of your buying power. So people are struggling. They're not thinking about all this shit. Everyone's like, oh, fuck, how do I... And they're fucking with us. They're playing games.
I don't see any solutions, like, in terms of carbon emissions. Like, I know it's going to happen. They're going to see, like, the only thing we can do is lockdown. No, the only thing we can do is make sure all these fucking rich people stop literally killing the rest of them.
It's not rich, because a lot of rich people that have no say in all this.
I don't mean all the rich people. I mean like these Saudi fucking kings and the politicians in their pockets.
There's so many factions. There's the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and there's
you need one strong country to actually be governed by a strong person.
The only
to start the trend to bring people
that doesn't have the right person in power right now is us. We are the only ones who could ever lead a charge like that.
Why would we be the only ones? The
US won't do it.
No, but you're saying two contradictory things. Won't do it and can't do it. The US would be the best. No, we wouldn't be the best. The best person to lead would be the US.
The likelihood of them doing it would never happen.
Well, it can't happen because all the candidates are puppets. So it's not going to happen. What I'm saying is they'd be the best because the US people would follow the US.
A lot of people hate the US though still, right? Around the world. So
that's a great player. A lot of people hate us.
Who hates us?
A lot of people hate Trudeau.
I said we have the wrong leadership. But once you get that little fucker out of here...
But again,
we're in a position to put someone in charge who can make real change.
Who? All the people, they're all career politicians.
I miss the lie that I grew up on.
And it's not...
That we are the peacekeepers of the world. That we solve problems. I miss that lie. I want it to be real.
It's not true, though.
I want to wear a maple leaf and be proud of it.
I'm proud. I love Canada. But who would be... like, from the politicians that exist now, who the fuck would be... No, I don't trust any of them.
Nobody.
And even the guy that I like on the conservatives, Poilievre, that guy, he's great, but for the economy. Yeah. He's not going to be a guy that's going to go against the global elites. You get it? Yeah. You need someone that doesn't give a fuck, is ready to die, and yaps his mouth. Yeah, not Trump either, because Trump has a lot to lose. And Trump is a liability because politically, the way they framed him too, he's they're just anything he says, they'll shut it down. They'll claim racism, sexism, and that. You need a new person that doesn't give a fuck, but not one of these business guys. You know that O'Leary guy they were saying that guy's a piece of garbage. You don't want that guy in charge of your country. Yeah.
I don't know.
You need someone out of fucking nowhere.
I feel disenfranchised and let down, and like the world is ending, and I don't care anymore. That's where I'm at. I just don't care.
Yeah, well, that's the premise of.
My dad always told me.
So Christine's spreading more lies. First of all, what the fuck is the NPD? I think she means the NDP,
the new Parti Démocratique.
Yeah, and the NDP was 100% not running on any of this.
Oh no! The latter part of my statement that I want to be proud of Canada again. That's what
the NDP was literally running on continue the establishment, but now you're socialists. That's what they're running on. They go, we're going to make money. We're going to keep printing money, or we're going to do something with it. And we're still using TikTok. We're doing all the fakery. The NDP was the kings of doing it.
The NDP has no real platform.
Yeah, zero platform.
Not in my opinion.
This guy, because Jack Meat.
And I was a member of the fucking NDP.
He was a member of the NDP, and he knows it's all bullshit.
You know, Indian people, they're very friendly, very nice. Like, I personally like all of them, right?
Well, that's completely absurd,
leave it.
dumb Trump-like statement.
Indian people, I love Indian
people. I've met a billion people. I love all of them. Not a bad one in the bunch. Not a bad one.
Not a single one.
No, you know what I mean. But maybe some would dislike this, that, or indifferent. But I never thought I would hate
Christine was making funny. Just make joke.
But I never thought I would hate an Indian like I hate Jack Meat.
Oh, because in general you get along with Indians, so you were
exactly.
surprised.
That's what you know. What I mean.
He's not a real Indian.
He's just a Canadian guy who's brown and wears a turban.
Yeah, he uses it when he thinks he's gonna get votes.
I see.
Yeah.
Like
he wishes if he had a choice, he'd just want to be next to Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Drake is also Indian.
Have you seen his TikToks?
No.
I've seen when the news or something will show something. I'm disgusted completely. He just wants to be like all these politicians. They want to be influencers. Like AOC too. They just want to be. They want to be popular. They don't give a shit about. Dude,
AOC doesn't even want to be. AOC doesn't know what's. AOC is a child learning about the world.
But she did do something hilarious this week that made me laugh. So when I guess she only took bits and pieces of the stories, and she's like, "I got this." So they were talking about that guy in Walkinshaw who ran over in the parade there.
Walkinshaw.
So one of the problems was they go, "Guys, we have to stop."
The angry white guy with the dreads.
Yeah, the angry white guy with the dreads. So they had a crazy low bail set for him. It was $1,000 after he ran over his baby mama. And then he took his car after he paid $1,000 and ran over people in the parade. So they go, the reason why that was done is because they had a reform and they were putting bails really low for, depending on what the crime was that was non-white, because they said it was too racist because bails were set too high.
Okay.
So now they go, okay, this happened. We have to adjust bails based on the crime committed, not the race, because even if it's high, if the guy did something crazy, it should stay high, not because the race shouldn't put down, because then we have situations like this, right? Where someone potentially paid his bill, went out, and he was a menace to society. So I guess she heard half the story because she comes out and goes, yeah, I get what everyone's saying. We got to work on the bail thing here in New York. We got to fucking bring that down. It's fucking racist. We got to put the bail down. And then people are like, wait, no. We just said that's not the issue. That's a problem if we're just putting the bail down to put the bail down, right? So thank you for listening.
I'm sorry.
So that's what she pulled this.
Because this morning I created a hypothetical situation where Poseidon posted a homoerotic photo and I described it. I had never seen it. I just realized he actually posted the thing I made up before I made it up.
Homoerotic?
Is this not a Grindr profile picture?
It could be if he's gay. Any picture could be a Grindr picture. But yeah, that's what she did. So and then people were like, shut the fuck up. No, about the bail thing. No, but it's just that she misunderstood the problem. The problem wasn't that, oh shit, now we got to put all the bails down to fucking $10. They go, no, that's what got us into this mess. We have to stop being scared to look like racist. Everything shouldn't be about race. It should be based on the merit. So if you rape someone and, I don't know, fucking Mexican Poseidon rape someone, they should have the same, if it's the same crime, it should be based on the crime. It shouldn't be based on the race.
No, of course not.
You can't be like, I know you did the same thing, but he's black, so we're going to put his bail lower so we don't look racist. That's crazy.
I was watching, Anna watches a show called Hentified on Netflix.
Yeah.
And she hires like a black transgendered employee.
What show?
Hentified.
Okay.
And
I don't know what that
it
means.
turns out that she's like the worst employee ever. And the person who hired her is like a visible minority also. And she's like, we got to fire her. So the person above her is like, I'm sorry, I hired her back. She's like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm white and my name is Karen, and I'm not going to be the white Karen who fired the black transgender girl. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that.
Like,
I base my life on merit.
But that hypothetical, that fear.
That's real life.
It's real.
It's real. I notice it in people.
It's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, we laugh about it.
It is funny.
We talk about, well, a lot of this shit comes up backstage because we have like a lot of time backstage with like now Poseidon's mostly side stage, but like me and Preach and shit.
Side stage? Oh yeah, okay. I didn't understand what you meant.
So a lot of this stuff comes up, and it's just like Preach has the best answer whenever shit like this happens. He's like he just goes like this. He's like, fucking, what are you gonna do? He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, because you can't change people. Because you can't change people's minds.
No,
it's like you want to play this stupid game, play it, but it's gonna bite you in the ass.
It's gonna bite everyone in the ass, bro. I'm telling you, in a few years, when everything's fucking
falling apart,
general portmanteau.
But he is right because you notice everything from customer service to everything's gonna go down because it's like getting a blind chef.
I'm sorry.
Getting a blind chef, let's say,
explain
who's
that.
never worked in the kitchen, whatever. But like, fuck, I gotta hire a blind
guy to be a chef.
Yeah,
not a blind chef.
A blind chef.
But he's not really a chef if he has no experience.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I've met a blind chef and he was a good chef.
He's not a good chef.
Okay, anyways, go on.
Not a good chef. He's blind.
Go on.
He knows how to do the same three things, but he can't experiment because he's fucking blind.
Imagine in the future they make white people wait longer for customer service.
I wasn't thinking about the race stuff. I was thinking more about the incompetence. But the race stuff would be funny if white people have to pay twice as much. It's just fucking crazy. What does that prove?
Like, where's it gonna end?
It's the tax to pay off our white privilege. We just pay.
I'm not white, so I don't have white privilege. And I haven't even seen. Yeah, white privilege.
I grew up in a single parent home, and I slept on the floor for a few years.
Yeah, bro, there was mold. Fucking, they had to get him out of there.
Where's my white privilege, bro? Yeah. When do I get to cash that in?
Yeah, you know what? I understand. I get it 100%. And I've always said, I had a really long conversation once on one of my podcast episodes about how growing up in Quebec as a non-visible minority, the second you're an Anglophone, all that shit's out the window. Like, because you experience real, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you are marginalized. You may look like the ideal of what people who have the privilege do, but the second you're not a Francophone in Quebec, maybe not today, but 15 years ago, yeah, it was a different world. So
I don't know about that.
What?
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
I think plenty of people excelled even 15 years ago that weren't
I didn't say
French.
you can't excel. I'm just saying you will encounter things that you could consider a form of racism.
Yeah, you will, but everybody will.
But that's what I'm saying. Everyone will.
Yeah.
So, like, the idea that because of how we look, maybe not him because he looks Latino, but that somehow changes something for us. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
I look stupid. If anything, it helps.
It does help. You are good.
They expect less. That was the trick they used to say at work. Don't over deliver. Like, don't be too antsy and do a lot of stuff because they're always going to expect that level from you.
I say that to people all the time. It's the truth.
That was the biggest mistake I ever made working, is that I thought like you always have to do shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And then they would always expect that, like at every company that I was working at. So then
You're being a keener?
yeah, I was being a fucking keener.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, let's say you want to take some time off or a day off, and they're like, oh, what, really? Like, because they got used to you just doing everything, just always being there. So then nothing else, and then nothing else runs. So if you're gone for a day, everything fucking collapses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though I hate the whole union mentality of 6:01 break time, back in 15 minutes, even though it's like, no, if you just stay another 5 minutes, everything's done. You could just leave for an hour later. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But no. This is at union. I hate that shit. It's very, very communist.
I lived it for a long fucking time where it's like, excuse me, ma'am, my husband is hemorrhaging in the waiting room. She's like, this is time where I eat my orange. Sorry, go to next window, take number. Like,
unions have a lot of pros and cons. But like,
for certain industries, unions make sense.
Yeah,
if your life is in danger, like I get it. Construction, and those guys need to be certified because their shit affects our safety. Like, I get it.
Yeah, no, in construction.
But like film sets, I make the argument sometimes, like, there's no need. But then you look at some of the stories that come out of film sets, and you're like, I guess it is kind of dangerous. Like, maybe not if you're a director.
Film sets,
very dangerous.
If you're building stuff, it could.
Well, even if you're not building, just making a film.
Look at the gun thing, right?
Not just the gun thing, but I learned actually because of working with Phil. Let's say, because we've done a lot of like little productions, very small ones to a bit bigger ones, where you need organization for a lot of reasons. Number one is safety. There's a lot of weird shit that could go wrong with any scene. It's so fucking dumb. But a lot of even the shit that you hold over people's heads sometimes are fucking heavy. You could hit. It's fucking crazy.
I've hurt myself a few times on non-union sets.
Yeah,
if I was on a union set, it would have never happened.
Plus, also I noticed working when we did like, let's say, the pilot and shit.
Yeah.
The like little things, like the amount of staff that you need
to do the simplest process.
Because you know what else is a process that people overlook? Just a guy supervising the script.
That's like, look, I shot with George over the weekend solo. Like I literally, I did the solo shooter thing. I did audio, I did everything. And at some point they're like having so much fun, the guys. And they're like, you can, I'm like, I'm exhausted. They're like, why? We've only been going for like 2 hours. But the thing is, the amount of information that I need to process at the same time.
Not just that. What I was getting to was there's a chance.
But I was going to get to that example. Like at one point, one of the guys, we changed angles and he used his right hand instead of his left.
Oh, that fucks up everything.
I didn't catch that. That's unusable now. I got to jump that because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Imagine, Poseidon, imagine now you're filming. You have a nice, strong set. Someone's not supervising the script. And you flub one line. And by flub, I mean you could always change the lines.
Different.
But something that you mention a date or time, something that you change different, that then makes an entire scene not make sense later. But now going back to it, everything's already shot. You get it? You already had the location. You could fuck everything up. Just a guy sitting there reading. No, that doesn't make sense because later this happens.
Continuity or all that shit. Depending on what you want to call them.
They're super important.
Yeah. I've worked with some really good ones who have caught stuff that I'm like, how the fuck did you get? Her hair was hanging like this, and now it's over here. On these two cuts, they'll like name the cuts. It might be jarring, and you're like,
that's shit that I'll notice watching a movie. The cut, but
I noticed some shit like that.
But you need people to like the script. Like I was watching the Disaster Artist again. Seth Rogen played that role of the. I think it was the DP. Right. That was It was it was just really, really. By the way, that movie still holds up. Fucking hilarious. Just as funny as The Room.
Disaster.
It's funnier than The Room.
I don't know if
you can actually watch it.
I could watch The Room, but I just need people with me so I can laugh.
Yeah.
But by the way, fucking James Franco, dude.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
God damn, he's such a good fucking Tommy Wiseau.
Living in Oblivion.
No, is that good?
It was made after The Room, and I've read rumors that it was slightly inspired by stories from The Room's production.
Okay.
It's what's his name? Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
And Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
They're basically like university level college students.
What's the movie?
Film students living in Oblivion, making their first movie. And I mean, coming from a film school background, like it's fucking hilarious. But you just watch them completely fall apart, and it's just fucking amazing. Like, but what does the apple mean to you? And the guy's like, I don't know. And you're like, why are you taking this so seriously?
But Living in Oblivion came out before The Room.
How many years?
The Room is in 2003, and Living in Oblivion is 95.
Oh, nice.
Oh, big gap. So
big
they
gap.
are rumors then.
Yeah, it hasn't to do with any of them. But The Room, because The Room was actually, even though now it's a comedy classic.
It wasn't supposed to be.
No, he thought this was his magnum opus, serious drama acting.
Yeah.
Big time Hollywood movie.
Big time Hollywood. I have to show my ass to sell the movie.
Such good fucking.
That I remember watching the first time I saw it.
Can you imagine being famous for that?
For fucking a belly button
movie. The worst.
Well, yeah, that's one of the worst. Because one of the things people always notice was like, why is he, like, does he know where her vagina is? And then they address it in The Disaster Artist. They're like, why is he that high? Like, it doesn't look like he's having sex. It's like, does he know where vagina is? Like,
I watched The Disaster Artist, but not The Room.
Oh man, I used to go.
You've never watched The Room?
Never watched The Room.
Oh, so then we're gonna do a movie night.
I've seen The Room with a live studio audience. It's fucking amazing.
Are you in Montreal this weekend?
What? Hold on, let me see.
Did you notify your parole officer if you're not?
Yes, I am, but next weekend I'm not.
So this weekend is. So I asked, are you in Montreal this weekend?
Yes.
I didn't need the extra information.
You're right.
So maybe this. Sunday.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Maybe this Sunday night.
I got nothing to add here.
That's what I live with. So this Sunday night, we could do for Patreon. We could do a movie night and watch The Room. You want?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Oh man, I'll be down for that, but I can't Sunday night.
I
have a thing.
What time? We're gonna do it like at 10 p.m. or something.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'll speak to
I don't
my
know.
boss.
Where can you watch it though?
I love.
Oh, it's online.
Anna refuses to watch the actual Room with me.
She's never watched The Room.
She's seen The Disaster Artist, but not The Room.
Oh, she should have watched The Room first. It makes ridiculous. It funnier. It makes you really appreciate.
If you've seen The Room, it's amazing.
But also how much work they put into getting things exactly
that scene on the rooftop. It's fucking framed for.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, doggy. My favorite is when he walks in the flower shop and he's like, "Oh, hi, Mark," or whatever his name is. What's his name in the movie?
Tommy. I think it's this.
Is it Tommy?
Yeah, I think
or
it's
whatever. Hi, Tommy. I didn't recognize you. Oh yeah, he just takes off his sunglasses.
He just takes off, and then he looks.
No,
you're my number one customer. Ha.
No, he takes off his sunglasses. He goes, "Oh, I didn't recognize you," like as if he's undercover. And it's just every scene. Oh, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye.
Oh, hi, doggy. Ha ha ha.
Hi, doggy.
They don't make any sense, these scenes.
Oh man,
that's great. We're gonna watch.
What an awkward human.
Yeah, he's
a robot.
very awkward.
He's a robot who is trained by aliens who've been observing us how to be a person.
Did you see the video? People were making
Oh yeah,
fun
funny
of,
story. Mark is the best. Like, I heard about this girl. She had like 12 guys, and then they beat her up and sent her to the hospital. Ha ha ha! Good story, Mark. It's like, why is that funny? You wrote this. You know that this is serious. Why?
Or the football scene?
Oh, for no reason in the tuxes. Yeah,
in the tuxes.
We play American game, football.
Where's he from? He's Belgian.
Well, there's rumors circulating, but it seems like, he's Eastern European. He was maybe Polish, went to Belgium, and the way he was making his money is, so he had this clothing company, American Streetwear, or USA Streetwear, but most of his money that he was making is he had bought properties, and he was just collecting rents.
Oh shit! Huh?
Yeah, he
What a
did
story, man.
the
What
smart
a
thing.
fucking story.
And it funded all,
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye to everyone.
all right, we only have like 5 minutes left,
I
but
know,
go.
but I gotta take this.
Go.
I gotta call him back. See you on Wednesday. Film my whole coming out on Monday.
All right.
Goodbye.
I play.
Yeah.
Bye, Phil.
Which camera am I looking at, Poseidon? That one? All right. So listen, Phil's out, but in the description, you could find him and follow that son of a bitch. He's got a website. You can follow his antics online, but also you can hire him. As you see, he's very busy, so hiring him and scheduling him are two totally different things. Phil Balbanos, balbanos.com. He can make a commercial for you. What kind of commercial, you say? A very strong propaganda film to make people want to buy or sell, depending on what you're doing, your product. Some product just needs to be sold. Poseidon can be found online at ThePoseidon69. Also, ThePoseidon69 on Twitter and Instagram, Twitch, twitch.tv/ThePoseidon. Basically, ThePoseidon69 everywhere on the internet. Just go on the internet, ThePoseidon69, you'll find him. I think TikTok is the same thing.
I've been trying to change the name from. I want to move away from ThePoseidon69.
Well, now you have all your social stuff it's going to cause a whole ruckus. People are going to watch old episodes and can't find you.
Yeah, that's true.
You fucked yourself.
Fuck.
Stop changing your name. Just keep it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the 69th Poseidon. Poseidon's 1 through 68 were a problem. Find our stuff on Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis. That's where you go, you subscribe, you support the nation. If you're not on Patreon, what are you doing? That's where all the cool stuff happens. First, today you're getting a new French cast. With it's either today or tomorrow. It comes out with PB Rivard. Tomorrow recording a French cast with one of Montreal's favorite escorts, Sonia von Suscher, coming on the podcast tomorrow. Well, last time we had an OnlyFans exclusive person. Tits were shown.
Yeah.
And all the fucking media had to talk shit about us. So let's hope this one's a bit more tame.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't care. They can keep talking shit. I don't give a fuck about tabloids. I don't even take them seriously. Local media doesn't
They're
mean
fucking
shit.
tabloids.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's happening. PantelisComedy.com, 2 Drink Minimum, has episodes every week. Follow us, subscribe, support the nation. The more love you give to us, the crazier shit we're gonna do. Phil, keep it gangster, boy. Thank you,
Welcome.
Poseidon.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, I sold